and welcome to Barovia. I am your humble master of, dungeons and keeper of dragons, Pixel. And I am pleased to present to you the Lich who made Strahd and says he totally, sucks or whatever. 35th episode of Ages of Valinor presents Curse of Strahd. Okay, sorry about that. I realized that I was on the wrong... I realized that on this particular screen, I didn't have the voice mods set up as an audio input capture. My bad. Welcome, everybody. As always, we're going to get to the game here in just a few minutes. You will notice that Nick is not with us today. Unfortunately, he's not able to be here, so we are on a different screen, and that is why I had those technical difficulties having to really quick fix the setup for the voice mod. That having been said, we're going to go over those usual housekeeping things, but we are, as the Lich says, 35 episodes in, so I'm going to try and keep this brief. Folks, first things first, on map screens, don't spoil shit. The players will be in chat, so if you see stuff that's grayed out or behind hidden doors, don't talk about it. Second, don't freak out about rules. If you know a lot about D&D, and I screw something up, don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. Third, this is an open and welcoming space, so don't be a wangrod. Fourth, this adventure is horror-themed. Things might get unpleasant or disturbing or squicky or who knows what. We don't aim for graphic content here in the excess, but in the context of a live stream, it's generally not going to be easy for us to give content warnings, so please keep that in mind. We do release these on YouTube and podcasts after the fact, and the descriptions of those typically do attempt to have at least broad content warnings. Fifthly, it is widely known and accepted that this adventure does have some problematic depictions of individuals inspired by travelers or Romani people IRL. We've done our best to alter those depictions and try to avoid those offensive stereotypes, but we do bear that in mind. Also a reminder, as I said before, we do release the show as on YouTube and as a podcast. So during the following week, so if you miss an episode or have to miss part of an episode, don't fret. You can still catch it after the fact. And then, of course, because we're on the wrong screen, I don't have the heart indicators for hit dice today. Sorry about that. We do have the dice for the inspiration, although they are slightly covering up some information on some of our names because it's hard, okay? There's a lot to fit, all right? That having been said, though, friends, without further ado, we're going to introduce our cast, and if you would introduce yourselves and your characters, and remind us if you have that sweet, sweet chat inspiration. Starting as always with, I've got a page for Vincent. I've got paging Vincent.
Honestly, first thing we need to talk about is that was record time with that intro. Well done, honestly. So I'm gonna take up a little extra time. No, just kidding.
Do it. You won't. We're gonna say these people.
I'm Vincent Page, and I have been playing for 35 episodes. Holy poop! Ash Fireforge, the Changeling Rogue, who does currently have chat inspiration.
I thought what. You left me hanging. I thought you were taking extra time. Here I was
my extra
getting
time
ready to turn the music on, figuring out what we're going to play next, and you just cut right off.
My extra time was talk about the amount of time you didn't take.
Demerits, disadvantage, uninspiration.
Take that
Omega, take it away.
Oh, goodness. Hey, y'all. My name is Omega. I am the... Thorn and Pixel side for technical issues. So I recently came out as non-binary, so he had to change my pronouns, and it doesn't fit on the nameplate, unfortunately. But I'm playing Peter Walhorn, and I do have chat inspiration.
Excellent. And Nora's mom.
And he actually had to sit me down and explain to me what that meant, because I got momentarily confused. Okay, but I'm all right now. I'm back. I'm Bonus Mom, and I'm playing Wanderess, the nature domain cleric, and doing a wonderful job of it, if I do say so myself. However, I do not have chat inspiration at this time.
Okay. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to keep the inspiration tokens off the thing, because apparently I can turn them on, but I can't turn them off. So we're just going to, it's a backup scene, so it's not as high tech as some of our newer stuff. I'll have to get on that at some point. But anyway, friends, I'm Pixel. I will be your, Gaster of Mungeons and Deeper of Kragons, or whatever the thing is. And, you can find me here playing this game. Also on, I guess, like every other Monday or so, we do have a new campaign that we're very excited about. The first episode should be up on YouTube, I think, already, probably. Or maybe it goes up tomorrow. I don't exactly remember. It's because it's happening on Mondays instead of Fridays. It's off of our usual schedule, so I've still got to get that worked out. But you can go back and watch that episode. It's very exciting. I get to be a player. I'm not running the game or the stream. Our good friend Beast is doing that in a fun homebrew adventure in his homebrew setting called the Beast Wilds. The campaign is called Beast Wilds: The Way Forward. Very exciting. Bonus Dad is actually a player in that game as well as some of the folks from the Discord who have been playing in Beast Wilds games for a while now. Synovia, also known as Flannel, and Ace. So we have a cast of a lot of new faces that you haven't seen before. And, of course, myself and Beast, who are old hats. So that's a lot of fun. Catch us on Mondays at 6, like every other Monday. I'll try to remind you guys which weeks those are on. And we are going to be starting up another new campaign, hopefully soon. More details on that. Excuse me. Oh, I'm dying. More details on that to come. Also, you can find me here on twitch.tv/HammerandPixel, where I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley, but because Bonus Mom's going to be out of town, we will be probably jumping back into some Baldur's Gate 3 next week. We've started up a new playthrough because I found out that my heart was broken because I wouldn't be able to romance Karlach because I had missed the boat on that playthrough. Wait, where's So, we started a whole new playthrough, so we're going to keep going with that during our scheduled streams next week. Okay, I made up all that extra time from all the extra talking that I did before talking about the new stuff, but that's more exciting than all the boring old stuff you've heard a million times. That having been said, and without further ado, when last we left our heroes, they stood in the strange altar room where they had smashed the idol that was attempting to entrance them, and then began to investigate the room and its nearby surroundings. They found a small arrow-slit room through the double doors to the east, similar to the ones they had passed on the way in by the entrance, but they could see no other means of getting anywhere. Wanderous decided to try firing his crossbow thither at the large statue's arm, which he could see through the arrow slit, to see what might happen. As he did so, they heard a creature incanting a spell. They took up defensive positions in the idol room and were soon attacked by a creature as it came out of invisibility, an Arcanoloth, some kind of fox demon that had apparently been set to guard this ancient temple. They battled the creature, both taking and dealing heavy damage, before the creature seemingly disappeared and fled elsewhere into the temple, perhaps. After the battle, they decided to look more carefully at the idol room that they had been in, and they found a secret door in the northern alcove, which, when opened, revealed a small 10x10 room filled floor to ceiling with human skulls. They dug through the skulls until they were able to clear the room and saw a treasure chest stuck upside down on the ceiling. While looking for some way to open the chest or get it down, some hidden latch or secret lever or something, they actually stumbled across another secret door in the back wall of the room, which opened into a lavish chamber containing a skeletal being dressed in fine robes. They decided that this must be the being which the witches had spoken about. And so Wanderous used the Scroll of Greater Restoration on the creature that they had found in the scroll room on the other side of the building, and restored its apparently degraded memories to find that they were addressing a powerful lich and the master of this terrible place. He was, to say the least, not what they expected. His unorthodox way of speaking caught them off guard, and for being so seemingly evil, he was relatively personable in his own strange way. He explained the origins of Strahd's vampiric curse and helped them enter the vault in the lower level, which held the holy symbol of Ravenkind. A special holy symbol imbued with powerful magic capable of granting our heroes powerful advantages in the battle against Strahd. The Lich also communicated to Cass that the strange being that dwells in her shadow could return the dead Thorn to life in exchange for Cass absorbing the remaining power of the shadows here in the Amber Temple and setting her free. It also came to light that there are some strange connections, perhaps, between Thorin, Cass, and Ash. However, before they could discuss further, our heroes had realized that the Lich is able to possibly provide them with a scroll of greater restoration for the Mad Mage of Mount Baratok as well, and if he really had as many spells as he said he did stored in the various books in his library, then perhaps they might find a way around having to track down the Mad Mage's spellbooks if he could just copy the spells anew from here. While the Lich planned to spend the next several hours writing out the scroll, our heroes set themselves to rest in the surprisingly cozy chairs in the library to discuss their plans and rest for the evening. And that is where we resume our tale. Now, obviously, I'm going to address the elephant in the room to begin with, which is that massive revelations have come to light, possibly, about the nature and relationship between Cass and Ash and Thorin. However, Nick isn't here, so Cass explains that she has to think about this and isn't ready to talk about it yet. So that's where we are. So for the rest of you, you will get a long rest, but let's presume for the moment that you are here in this library with these ancient books filled with magic. The Lich has gone through the secret door that led you in here into his other little workshop and can be heard distantly scribbling away and occasionally chanting things. But you guys have to talk about what it is you plan to do next. Now that you have sort of accomplished seemingly a whole bunch of the goals that you've set out to do since arriving in Barovia. Also, a heads up for everyone at home, all of our heroes have leveled up to level 8. So, hopefully everyone did that. But if you see them using any cool new stuff, that is why.
Because I get so many cool things when I level up.
Right?
All these non-spells and whatnot.
What do rogues get at level 8 anyway? Is it...
I got to up my dexterity score.
Do you get more sneak attack dice? When does that happen?
I don't know. It automatically does it for me. I haven't looked.
Well, we're going to find out.
That's up to 4d6.
At 8th level, no, you just... Yeah, okay, well, it went up to 4d6 at level 7. So, no, you just get the dex. Brutal.
Yeah, it's okay. We're sitting at 20 dex. It'll probably come in handy. It's fine.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's the ball's in your court, ladies and gentlemen. What would you like to do? Esmeralda just, kicks it in one of the chairs. And I'm going to say so does Cass.
I think it's really amazing and very fortuitous that we found dresses. And they're nice dresses. Do you think we could take the dress back and get the benefit that odd person at the Abbey told us about?
Yeah, it definitely seems strange and quite the coincidence that we found a dress here of all places. I am just a real quick question. What did did he promise us something for finding the dress? I can't actually remember now.
Yeah, so he wanted the dress so that he can attempt to lure Strahd to the village of Kratsk, because he believes that if he can find a bride for Strahd, that Strahd will stop being an evil Wangrod. And I think most of what you got out of agreeing to do that for him was being let go safely from the Abbey. I don't think he like offered you a reward or anything. He just sort of like sent you off on that mission, and you felt like maybe it wouldn't be a fun idea to try to fight that guy, so you just kind of went along with it, if I recall correctly.
I am misremembering, because it almost seems to me like that there was something that he could
there was.
do.
You're right. There was.
give-
He also could fix the Mad Mage. That's what it was. He has the
Yeah.
ability to fix the Mad Mage, but now you maybe don't need that.
Right, but maybe we don't need that.
Yeah, that's a maybe. Because even if you get the scroll from the Lich, there still is a chance that Wanderers could fail casting it depending on how the dice go. Because it's a higher level spell than you have spell slots for. Which means that you have to make a roll to cast it off a scroll.
Yeah, I think that we definitely... Number one, even if we don't need the priest angel dude to fix the Mad Mage, who knows? Maybe it'll solidify an ally that we didn't have before. So I'm still down to go do that. I was just... VP was very much like, I don't remember if they actually promised us anything or not.
Yeah, no, good
And
catch,
so I was
bonus
just
mom. That
double-checking.
was what he promised, was he has the
Yeah,
ability
I couldn't
to
remember
fix.
if it had something to do with
Yeah.
fixing the staff.
Now, you
or it had
also
something to do
could
with-
keep the Scroll of Restoration and get the angel dude to fix the Mad Mage, and then you have an extra Scroll of Restoration in case you need one, which could come in handy for various and sundry magical ailments.
Well, we don't know what kind of shape Onyx is in, because Wanders has not been able to contact him in a couple of days. He hasn't prepared sending. They've been in the middle of this because that's the next thing Wanders suggests is, I want to try to let Onyx know what's going on and find out if anything else has happened to him. So maybe I should prepare sending, and we should try to find out about Onyx before we make our final decision on which way we're gonna jump. If Wanderers would say, if Onyx, is in the midst of some horrible, I'm hung up by my thumbs and I'm down to my last toenail, then maybe we would want to go foolishly racing off to the castle.
Okay.
Wanderers would say all that in his Wandersy way.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's also worth mentioning that we should start contacting Onyx soon too, to see if maybe he's found any more advantages for us to exploit. We're kind of coming down the wire here, and we're going to need all the information that we can get about the inside.
Okay. All right, so you can't reach any conclusions tonight because Wanderess needs to prepare the spell. Any other RP or discussions that need to happen, or do we just sort of hand wave to the next day so you can get to the spell casting?
I think we're good. I don't have anything for PETA, I don't think. So.
But this puts Ash in quite the predicament too, because like we just got the dropped on us that we could potentially bring Thorin back, but because we can't resolve it because somebody's not here, it's like, well, we're gonna have to come back.
Guess
I guess
we have to circle back.
Yeah, we're gonna come back around. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm good.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, you all take your rest, and I guess morning time comes, although you can't tell because you're in a dank hole inside of a mountain, although it is cozy in this particular room. And let's start with Wanderess casting Sending.
Okay. I just lost roll 20, but it's coming
Okay.
back.
No worries.
Okay. So Wanderers wakes up in the morning. He spends a little time thinking about what's going to happen next, and Sending is definitely one of the spells that he prepares, sort of thinking about the road ahead and what dangers we might run into. So he gets himself together and he casts Sending towards Onyx. And and chat is screwed up. So let me count on my fingers. Onyx, we have found help headed your way soon. You all right? Can you tell us anything that can help us?
Wanderers, you cast the spell and speak the words, and you can tell that the spell fails.
Actually, it failed. I didn't get him.
What does that mean?
It wasn't as though he didn't respond. It is that the spell didn't work. Maybe it's because we're in here. I don't know.
No, I think you know the spell well enough, Wanderess. There are a couple of things that would make that spell fail. There's a slim chance that it fails if you're trying to contact an entity on another plane of existence, which seems unlikely given the difficulty anyone has coming or leaving Barovia. But it doesn't reach, the dead.
I just don't think Wanderers is going to think that, is going to admit to that. I just don't think he can say it, which is unusual for Wanderers because we all know that he pretty much is very forthright about saying things. So you would have the feeling that Wanderers is very hesitant to say anything and is possibly not telling you the whole story.
I feel like that's probably good enough for Ash, and it's just kind of give a curt nod and in mostly understanding, and just kind of move past it, I think.
Wanderers does not say, "I'll try again later."
Okay.
Well, if nothing else, we'll have our definitive answer soon enough. His days are numbered. The monster's days are numbered.
Are we talking to he or she today?
Oh,
yeah, you gotta roll.
Oh God! I got it. Don't worry. Man, we are just, honestly, it makes sense. It is Mask Ash today.
All right, so I'm done with your scroll.
That is a very large kindness to us, honorable sir. I think that we are going to leave you now, although I hate to leave so soon. I have enjoyed visiting with you very much.
Yeah, you guys are the coolest people who've come here in, honestly, a while.
The whole place is extremely cold. We would have to be. As a matter of fact, we're cold, not cool, sir, honorable sir.
Right. It's funny. I don't think maybe this is my bad. I guess I haven't really exactly introduced myself, and that's honestly on me. I think, I just got my memory back and was so excited to be able to communicate with, people again, but like, let me formally introduce myself. My name is Chadrick Witchstitcher, the Lich.
Chadrick.
Chadrick Witchstitcher, the Lich. I guess it's Chadrick Witchstitcher, the Lich of Mount Gackus, because I've been here for a while now. I suppose that just kind of gets, like, added in to the title or whatever.
Well, a fine name it is too, and it is just a pleasure to have spent this time with you. I know we are all more than we were for having been able to visit with you. I hope I can come back someday and we can have more conversation. I think that you would have much to teach me.
Yeah, you're welcome, like, anytime, my dude.
Well, this is a cold place and there certainly isn't any sun here, but have you ever thought about having any plants in here?
There's not a lot of, like, sunlight in here because we're kind of inside a mountain, but
you have to have daylight in that roll of scrolls and
yeah, I was going to say that magically there probably is something I can do. I mean, we do have, like, kind of a vibe here, you know? But I don't know, maybe I could, like, redecorate. That could be fun. That could be, like, a project for, like, the next millennium or so, you know?
Well, plant growth is something that I have. That's a skill that I've gained from becoming, I wasn't always a cleric. When I first began my journey of exploration, I was a druid, and then my goddess gave me another plan of action, and I gained plant growth. And can I show you something?
Yeah.
Wondrous reaches in deep into the pocket on the inside, underneath all his furs and all those things he's glummed around himself to stay warm, and pulls out his poor, pitiful little flower. But as he looks at it, he look, and he shows it to the Lich, and there are like 2 or 3 very bedraggled, more brown than green little leaves dangling off his palm sadly, but close down to the one little white, sad-looking root is a tiny little green bud.
Yo, that's, like, so cool. What's your, like, plan with that? Because, like, I always find that last little bit of hope like that is, like, the best part to snuff out. Like, what are you gonna do with it? Like, what's your plan?
Snuff out. Is that the same as fertilize, water, love, and watch it grow? Is that like one of those cool phrases that you use?
No. No. Oh, you're gonna, like, let it live. Oh, you're gonna let it live. Okay. That's different, bro.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yes, because I very much think the Barovia needs to grow and flourish and become green and beautiful with the sunshine in the day and the glorious stars at night.
Whoa.
So if I get to come back, maybe my plant will be healthier, and maybe we can use plant growth, and maybe you and I could, make something beautiful here.
You know, I've never thought of that before.
Well, it will give you something to think about while we're apart.
I guess so.
So, could I just say one thing to you kind of
You know, I super doubt that I could stop you.
Wanderous beckons over to the side. So, we told you about our friend that Strahd has. I tried to send him sending just now, and there was no response. I'm frightened as to what that might mean, and I'm a little confused because never in my life have I been concerned about that sort of thing, but I am now, and it worries me. I would like to know that you're okay. Okay, meaning all right and healthy.
He sort of
May
looks
I?
down at his, like, exposed rib cage. Sort of, like, closes his robe a little bit.
May I send messages to you while we're apart?
Totes my goats.
Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Thank you. And Wanderer steps back to the others and is...
While they're having that conversation, I feel like Cash kind of like slides up next to PETA. I think that if there's anybody that could ever change a lich, it might be that man right there.
You know, I may have to agree with you on this one. I don't think I could even do that.
Okay. All right. Well, he hands over the scroll, and sort of like looks at the rest of you expectantly to, I guess, see if you're ready for him to lead you out of here.
Ash's parting words. So about what you said to Cass yesterday, I know that she's not really ready to deal with that, and I mean, honestly, I don't think that I am either. But I don't think that we've totally written off your suggestion in regards to saving Thorin. So I think that we're gonna kind of tie up some of our loose ends and kind of converse about it another time, and we may be back.
Fair enough. Listen, so, like, this is a long way out of the way, kind of. If you want to, like, have the option later and not have to come all the way back here, like, I can probably make that happen. If you want.
Which part of it happened? I'm a little confused.
Well, I think so. In order to like make the thing happen, right, the shadow creature has to absorb the other dark spirits that mostly used to live here, right? I could like trap them in a little rock and just like give it to you, and then you know, I can ward it so that the shadow won't eat them unless you like break the rock open or whatever. And then that way you don't have to come all the way back here. And if you don't want to do that, I don't know, you can just like throw the rocks away or just like hang on to them, or I guess you could send them back, that's fine too. But that way you don't have to like walk all the way here. Because, like, you guys can't fly or teleport, you know, so that's kind of a bummer for you.
I mean, fair.
But, like, you don't have to do that, but that's just, like, a thought that I had so that you don't have to, like, you know, come all the way back here.
I mean, honestly, that would save us at least 2 days of travel. For sure.
That is true.
Dog, give me like 1 second. And he goes downstairs and you hear like some weird chanting and there's some like flashing lights and shit. And then he comes back with these sort of about fist-sized amber, you know, sort of rocks. They're not cut like gemstones, but they're like semi-transparent, you know, the same kind of amber that the sarcophagi have been made out of this whole time. And inside of them is just this like roiling, smoky, dark spirit, and he just sort of like holds them out. I guess
how many of them are there?
I guess there would be. Yeah, there's 2. Because I think I gotta look at my notes, but I think in the. Oh no, there's 3. Sorry.
All right.
There are 3 in there. I think.
Okay. I mean, honestly, it's cool. It's fine. Sweet. All right, Ash will put those away, and thank you. I appreciate this.
Yeah, that'll do what you need. Or my name is Chadrick, Witch Stitcher of the Lich of Mount Gacchus.
I need that on a t-shirt, man. Anyway. If we have any artists in chat, can I please get some fan art of Chadwick Witch Stitcher?
Agreed.
I wonder what he's famous for. The Lich of Mount Gacchus.
And I just imagine this with like a jersey, and he's like doing keg stands. You know, I don't know. That's just kind of vibe I'm getting. Anyway, cool.
Just a bunch of kegs just throughout the entire dungeon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's secretly what all those amber sarcophagi have been this whole time. Is just kegs. No, it's funny. He would do keg stands on top of those things, except he's just like drinking dark energy instead of beer. Just
Yeah, that's it.
bro,
Bro.
the darkness, bro.
Oh my.
God.
Okay.
Oh, this has been a trip.
All right. Well, if you guys are ready, old Chadrick will lead you on out. And so you all sort of gear up to head back through. Like you start walking towards. Go ahead. Sorry. What, bonus mom?
But before, as we're walking apart and just getting ready to leave him, Wanderers 2 or 3 different times during that period of time going out of the thing will mouth to him, "I'll be back."
Very good. You guys start moving towards him like you're gonna go through the secret door into his like lab, but he actually like sidesteps around you and shows you and sort of snaps his finger and reveals that there is a secret door in the other side of this room that leads to and I guess I should put this on the map for everybody, that leads to a staircase down that appears to go down to the lower level, like right behind the statue that shot lightning at you guys. Also, apparently, I need to... move Vincent around a little bit. I like that the switching to the map screen cut off the top of your head. Anyway, okay. Yeah, and so he sort of like leads you guys down that way. And we don't have to like go through the whole temple, but basically he leads you down to a set of double doors that come out right behind the big statue and leads you around towards the stairs on the other side that go up towards the big balcony where you first came in. And he just sort of like leads you on your way, like right out the door. And you wave goodbye and find yourselves now on the map of Barovia with the decision. So you guys are all the way down here. Hopefully I got that correctly. At Mount Gacchus. I'll put this little X on the map now where you can see it. Bloop. So that X is right next to where you guys are here, which is the temple, the Ember Temple you were just in. There's only really one way to go from here, but what is the plan? When you get to the crossroads, are you headed for Valaki, Van Richten's Tower, or Kretsk? Those are kind of the directions you have to choose from.
I think the dress, so that'd be correct, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, very good. I got to look at my notes real quick because they tell me. Let's see. Okay. So, You guys are heading back down the mountain through the freezing pass. And as you get around, there is another sort of crossroads here that you can tell is this like ancient road that doesn't seem like it sees much use anymore, that you can tell probably leads out of the valley, but the fog blanketing the road is pretty dense. You don't think you can go that way. But in the meantime, I would like somebody to roll me. I think it's a D20 that I need.
I can roll it. Excuse me.
Very good.
D20. I got a 20.
Okay, lovely.
Hey.
Please roll me a D12 and a D8.
Oh, hell.
Okay.
I think by the end of this, you guys are going to have like rolled all of these encounters on this thing.
Probably, to be honest.
And before
Okay,
we
I
go
got
into
a-
an encounter. Pixel, I'm sorry. I'm going to step away a minute. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Alright, so I got a 4 and an 8.
Okay.
4 on the D12.
Well, I don't necessarily want to describe what happens next until Bonus Mom gets back. She said before the encounter happens, but, you know, the encounter is about to happen now, so I don't think she's going to make it.
Cut to the kitten hanging off a rope and elevator music. Hang in there, baby.
All right. Well, I'm going to set this up while she's doing that. I guess, whatever that is. Bloop.
Excuse me.
Hang on, folks. Blam. There is some stuff I have to fix with you guys' tokens because you were all resized due to being, you know, on that other map that size was different.
Ah.
So let me make you all not teeny anymore. While I have a second to do it.
Back.
Okay.
We died.
Yeah.
It was
Rocks
tragic.
fell, everyone died. The end. Tale of
as-
glory.
As Wanderous breathed his last, he said, "Was that Chadwick or Chadrick?"
R. Chadrick with an R. Like Chadwick. How could that person ever be named Chadwick? Ugh. No way. Not him. Gotta find our friend Esmeralda here. There she is. Okay.
What are we doing here? What did I
It's
miss?
some-
well,
I'm sorry.
Some real highs and lows in this campaign is all I'm saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, do I have... I probably don't have one of those. That would really be right for this. Oh, well. We're just going to use this map. Okay, what is you guys' marching order? Please. Also, because you've done so well so far, please roll me a D6, Mr. Onyx. Omega, you're a real person and not a character.
Okie,
I
yes.
think that Wanderous is in the back because he keeps looking back the way they've come.
And I rolled a 6.
Yes.
You're going to have to save some of this for the combat.
Hey.
friend.
Yes! Okay.
Maxing all the dice. Good God.
I know. Jesus.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Well, you guys are making your way. Okay, so you said Onyx was in the back, dreaming of
Alex
Chadwick.
isn't with us.
Wandrous is in the back,
Okay.
dreaming of Chadwick. Chadrick. Where's everybody else?
I could be in the front, I guess. Yeah.
If you want, sure. I have no dog in this fight.
Sure. I'll be in the front, I guess.
Okay, so Pete is taking the lead. Ash, are you right behind PETA or Esmeralda or Cass? Like where?
Yeah, you know what? I'll take up the direct middle.
Okay.
So just whatever the other two are doing, I'll just
Okay.
be directly in the middle.
Directly in the middle. All right. Well, we'll put Esmeralda behind and Cass in front because Cass can't run as far. So that makes it harder for Cass to get where Cass needs to go. All right, friends. Well, as you make your way down the road, down the as you make your way down the road, you begin to see some shadows in the fog. I need to get Chadrick's stat block off of here. And you hear some distant snarls as a snarling wolf the size of a grizzly bear steps out in front of you, and you can see several other dark shadows behind and nearby as well. Please roll initiative.
Oh heavens. Okay.
Oh, that's not what I want. Stop that.
Ah, damn it.
Oh God, that's intense.
Oh wow.
Hello?
Okay, that was more intense than I wanted.
I'm so pumped right
Woo!
now.
High octane. Oh, also I gotta put you guys on the map screen. Okay, pardon me, everybody. I'm still getting. I have some new, music that I'm trying to pull in. And we're trying to work it out here. Okay, I need to roll for Esmeralda. I need to roll for Cass. My roll 20's being slow as hell today. Sorry, guys.
It's been a little slow.
Okay, well, you can screw off. Let me try it. Okay, whoop. There we go. Bam. Bam.
There you go.
Heck yeah.
Okay. It's a nat 20 for Esmeralda. Oh, come on. Just give me... It's just like, give me this like loading screen. Like, it's not going to show me the damn sheet. I may have to restart. I have to reopen roll 20. Chadrick Witch Stitcher wouldn't let me down like this. If Chadrick Witch Stitcher made a virtual tabletop, it would work. Oh.
Sometimes if I have the hardware acceleration turned off or on, it like messes with it. It's really weird.
Okay, we've got Cass, and then I gotta roll for these fools. Okay, I'm just gonna roll them one initiative as well. Okay. Okay. There's that.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Oh, even better now.
Please tell me this worked. Yes. Okay, great. All right, folks. Well, did I not have that set to repeat? Oh, it's because I've restarted it. Okay, hang on, everybody. There we go. Okay, friends. Sorry about that. That took a while to get set up. All right. In the bottom left-hand corner, we have our heroes. And all over the rest of the map, we have a bunch of hungry wolves. We're going to start with Esmeralda. I guess she's just going to run into the fray. Actually, does she have any spells to pop off? She does. You know what she's going to do? This is fun. She's going to cast Greater Invisibility on Ash. Ash, you turn invisible. I'm just going to put a little... what can I put on you? Put a little ninja thing on you. You are now invisible.
I am Nina.
There you go. So that's what she's going to do with her action. She is also going to just move up next to PETA and just kind of like take a guarding stance. PETA, you're up.
Okie dokie. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go ahead and cast. I think Tasha City's Laughter on the one closest to me.
Okay.
And that is a wisdom saving throw on that.
Okay.
And spell DC is 15.
Okay. I think you probably don't cast that spell. A creature with an intelligence of 4 or less isn't affected. I think you would know offhand that these things are not
Okay,
going to be affected.
offhand. Okay.
You would, yeah. I think
Cool. Okay.
as a level 8 character by now, you've definitely
I know I
would
should.
know that an
yeah.
animal doesn't, unfortunately, fall prey to that.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and do Distant Whisper Sun.
Okay.
And wisdom saving throw again, and it's going to be 15 for the DC.
Wisdom save DC 15. Okay. And that does pass. That's not a natural, but is a 20.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know what happens on a
let's
success.
see.
Probably half damage.
Success. They take half damage, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, target takes half as much damage and does not have to move away. So
Okay.
that is 7 psychic damage.
All right. Yeah, so it takes some damage, makes the save, and you sort of see it like snarl its head and shake its head, trying to like get the bad sounds out. But you do some damage.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, any bonus actions or anything else from PETA?
Nope. I think that's it.
Okay, Cass. Well, I'm just gonna have Cass run in
Yeah.
and probably use the longsword. Sorry if I'm using all your stuff, Nick, but you're not here, so I'm gonna do my best to run Cass as intelligently as possible. That's 25 hits for 8 damage, and there's a bunch of these things. I am gonna burn a Divine Smite. So you were at 4, and you were at 3. So we're just gonna do 1 first level spell slot on a Divine Smite. Where do I roll that on this sheet? I guess, yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay, there's the Divine Smite. Who only did 3 extra damage. Well, that's 11 total. Okay, so that's movement action, no bonus action from Cass. Wandress, you're up.
Okay, Wanderous or Bonus Mom has a question because
Okay.
she has a couple of new things from leveling up. Wanderous would know the answer to this, but Bonus Mom doesn't.
Okay.
What would come to Wanderous's mind immediately is to attempt to use his channel divinity of charm animals and plants to charm these things, and then maybe we could just attack them one at a time. Would Wanderous know, since Cass has already injured one of them, if that will work? Because as near as I can tell, he could move to a place where he could present his holy symbol, and it would affect all 3 of them. See, it says it's charmed for until it takes damage, but one of them has already taken damage.
Yeah. I think you, at this point, I don't know that you would have any reason to believe, as long as it didn't take additional damage, that it would have any problem. You know, like I think you would understand if it gets charmed, then the charm will break when it takes more damage. You don't think having been damaged will cause, it's not like a person, so having been damaged is not going to give it any extra advantage against your charming effect.
Well, all of this is new to Wanderous, the whole everything in this adventure. But
Yes.
he has learned the banishment thing.
Mhm.
So I think he's thinking like that.
Right.
Okay.
Like removing something from the.
Like we'll
Yeah.
charm them all and then we'll take them on one by one and the others
Okay.
will be charmed. So the first thing that Wanderous would do would be to move to right here. And that's
Okay.
his 30 feet of movement. And then he is within 30 feet of all of them. So he takes out his holy symbol, he presents it, and he says, he mutters an incantation, but ends it up with, I find you all charming.
Okay.
And he attempts to charm them.
Yeah, and you unleash, and this sort of like wave of like starlight purple energy radiates out from Wanderous in just this like calming effect. And as it hits these wolves, you see this like flash of this like dripping blood red rune above their head. They are immune to charm effects.
Okay.
It looks like these are Strahd's special boys and girls, and he prevents them from being charmable.
As a bonus action, then seeing that and understanding, he would cast spiritual weapon over the one who has been injured.
Okay.
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 So I
spiritual
create
weapon,
that.
that's right.
Yeah, I think it's the flower with the great
yeah.
big thorns would begin to bash on the head of the one of those that is right next to Kaz. So spiritual weapon, where is it? Is it something I roll or it's a saving throw?
It is something you roll. You make a spell attack roll. You should just be able to.
Oh, wait a minute! I tried to click it in the wrong.
Okay.
There it
put it
is.
over there.
Okay,
All
I
right.
found it. Did that work, or do I have to say what? Yeah, it was a 17 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, 17 hits for sure.
Okay, damage. Level 2. Where did it go? Did I do it? Did you see it? Okay. 7 radiant, 10
Okay, so I don't think the radiant happens. That's that blessed strikes thing, which
And
wouldn't
I-
go off on this kind of a spell.
yeah, okay. So it's
so
just
10
that
force damage.
Roll20 is giving me fits tonight. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. My
it's giving us all
chat
fits.
keeps totally disappearing on me.
But that's all good. So 10 force damage
10.
as your potted plant smacks into the back of the wolf's head. Just after Cass finishes slashing and smiting it, bringing us to the invisible ash.
I like the sounds of that. Just real quick, what benefits do I get from being invisible?
Any creature that can't see you, you have advantage on attacks against them, and they have disadvantage on attacks against you. They also are unable to make attacks of opportunity against creatures they can't see.
I figured that was the case, but I did want to double check.
Yes, so you have auto advantage on all of these wolves that you take shots at, basically.
Okay. Well, then I don't think that there's any of my abilities that I need to use, because basically what they do is that.
Yeah.
I think that we're chilling.
Esmeralda
that
just
gives
basically
me-
gave you free advantage on anything you want to hit. Because
That leaves me free to use my reactions for dodging and all that other stuff. So that's really cool. Sweet. So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We can get there, baby. I'm going to go right here.
nice.
We going blood blade the wolf.
Let her rip.
Come on, baby. What do we got? We got a 15.
Okay, I think that probably hits. Let me double check. It sure does.
All right. It didn't do my sneak attack for some reason.
Well, roll it anyway.
But we did get 11 slashing, and then what is it? Let me pull up here so you guys can hear me think what I type.
46.
Yep. Okay, is there like a plus to this or nah?
No, just the flat damage.
Okay, I thought so. Okay, so let's add another 6 sneak attack on top of that.
Brutal. Well, that is enough to put it down. So you slide in and slash with your blood blade, and much blood spills. You feel the power as it absorbs the life force of this wolf. You gain some temp HP.
That's right.
You gain 6 temporary hit points.
I'll take it.
And now it is time for the Wolfie Wolves. Let's see. How much movement do these puppies have? 50 feet. All right. Woo! So number 1 moves
We about to get
in.
surrounded.
Number 2 moves in. He doesn't know Ash is there, so he has to come right here. Number 3, they're just going to make beelines for the nearest ones of you. That one's going to go right where its friend was. And this one really can't exactly get anywhere. So he's going to dash and start heading around the flank, I think. Yeah. Okay. Whew. They
I seen this coming.
rush up in on you guys. I mean, they're wolves. They're not smart. This is not tactical. They're just rushing in. Okay. So, oh boy. So Cass has 3 attacks with advantage coming against her. I hope I don't kill you while you're not here. That would go against my DM principles. 3 attacks with advantage. 13 and 9 doesn't hit. 24 hits. 21 does. I think that hits.
Yeah, that's gotta hit.
Cass's AC. Cass's AC is 18. So yes, so 2 hits. So first hit is 9 piercing damage to Cass. Cass has to make a strength save DC 13, which I assume she will make, but we're going to roll it anyway. Yes, makes the save, and then takes another 13 as these wolves bite into her small dwarven body and attempt to drag her to the ground. She's maintaining, has a very low center of gravity. It's hard to put her down, but let's see how this other save goes. Makes the save. Ooh. Yeah. Can't be put down. Okay, one of these, the only viable target it has is Wandress, so we're gonna roll that. And it has pack tactics, so it gets advantage. That's a 16 to hit Wandress.
Yes, hits.
Okay. You take 10 points of piercing damage and need a DC 13 strength save.
Okay, I don't have.
Okay.
I don't know what I.
That's
Is it
a
nat
22. No, nat 20 for a 22.
Okay.
So you make the save. It doesn't take you down. You do take the 10 damage. Now the question is, does the other one go for Wandress or Esmeralda? I'm going to roll high or low, Wandress.
Low.
Okay, and if you get low, do you want it to attack you or her? I'm presuming her, but I want to make sure.
Do I know how strong she is?
Yeah, she has the most hit points in the party. Or actually,
Then
Cass might have more hit points than her, but...
Okay, I would want it to hit her.
Okay, so low, and it hits her. Ooh, 71. So that is
Okay, so it
also
hits Wandress.
coming for Wandress. It
Okay.
might not hit. No, it rolls a 21. It hits for 14 piercing damage, and I need another strength save.
Oh, no.
That's an 8.
Okay, Wandress, it drags you prone. Where's our little... There you go. It knocks you prone as it grabs and pulls you down. That is going to bring us back to Esmeralda. What? Ooh. Okay. Esmeralda has... she's got to make a quick choice here. Now she's in melee. She's just going to keep attacking the creature she's attacking. So, because I don't think she has anything amazing to use here. No. Okay. She's going to make 2 attacks with her rapier and 1 attack with her hand axe. Okay. All of those hit. Great job, Esmeralda. So that is 6 plus 7 is 13 plus 7 is 20 damage. Brutal. So she just starts laying into this wolf. Axe in one hand.
right?
Yes, axe in one hand and rapier in the other. Like a total bamf. PETA, what you got?
I'm gonna pull out my sun sword, I think, and I'm gonna probably use it on this one here, and or the one that's adjacent to me, and swing on it.
Okay.
Double hand.
Let her rip.
Let's see. Where'd you go, sword? There you be. Okay. There we go. That is a 10.
Okay. You want to use inspiration or?
Yeah, I'll burn it. Let's do this again. There we go.
I need to hide everybody's inspiration on this one.
23 to hit.
Okay. Yes, 23 hits, and we'll use the 8 damage from the first roll.
Perfect.
Okay.
And then second attack, I will just do the same thing.
Okay.
Roll again. And that is a 25 to hit
25
for
hits.
12 radiance.
Nice. Okay, so some of these are starting to look a little rough. Cass is back. Cass is going to turn and focus fire on the one that PETA has stabbed. Long sword. I think she's also going to go two-handed here. Or, yeah, that's fine. Okay, 16 does hit. She's going to burn one more first level spell slot. So that is 9 damage. And come on, roll better on this radiant, please. 10, 19 total. Excellent. Cass puts another one down as the smite blasts. Sun sword from one side, smite from the other side. Schnicker schnack. This wolf is down. And that is it for Cass. Wandress, back to you. You are prone.
I think that I have to do a concentration check to see if I maintain spirit weapon.
No, I don't believe spiritual weapon actually is concentration.
It is not.
What?
So
What? Oh, I looked at the wrong card,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, so the spirit weapon was over top the other animals. So
Right.
Wanderers is laying there and obviously figures out that, doesn't even have to move it, whacks at the
Okay.
one that is standing there with the spiritual weapon first.
Very good. Let her rip.
Okay.
27 hits.
Yep. And the damage is
Is 6 force damage.
it's 6. Okay, that was my bonus action.
Yes.
Now then, I have Blessed Strike.
Yes.
And so I think that Wanderous turns to the one he's looking up at the one that was attacked, that's right there, right?
Uh-huh.
And is that the one that Esmeralda had been working on?
Yes, the one to your east has been hit by Esmeralda. The one to the north has not been hit by anybody.
The one to my...
West.
The one to my west.
I'm sorry, west.
Okay, so Wanderous is going to combine a Sacred Flame,
Okay.
Cantrip, and a Blessed Strike.
Okay, that's a dex save from this thing. What is your spell save DC?
It is 16.
Okay, that is a 12 from the wolf. That's a failure. Go ahead and roll that damage.
Okay, now let me get... I don't know what's going on. I'll get you to look at it. But
Roll20's being
every
wacky
time
for
I do
everybody.
anything, chat disappears on me, and it's driving me crazy. Okay, so for Sacred Flame, I cast. I do that. Okay, did that do anything?
That did. It rolled both. That is a total of 10 radiant damage. So, it is badly injured, but still up. And I'm assuming you're standing up from prone?
Yes, I would get up.
Okay. Okay, that's action and bonus action. Anything else from Wanderous?
No, Wanderous isn't going to attempt to move. He get like 2 attacks of opportunity, so no.
Okay. Ash, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to use something I've actually not got to use yet. So because we don't get
Oh,
any...
yes.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this. I was like, wait a minute. So I think that I do need to move to reach with my cleaver form. Or
yeah,
can I
probably.
hit the 2? Okay, so like
Let me
we're gonna use-
look at what it actually says, because I honestly,
yeah, we've not got to use it yet.
yeah.
It has
I was honestly, as this battle was happening, I was like, man, I need to engineer a situation where I force you to use this, but I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
You really did.
So, the weapon has a 10-foot reach. When you make a successful melee attack on a creature, you may additionally deal a damage to another creature within 5 feet of the target creature. So, yes, you would need to move.
To like basically between them is where I was going to go. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that matters.
Well, it is a
Okay.
10-foot reach. No, technically you could hit them both from here if you wanted to. I mean, it doesn't matter really much either way.
I was going to attack the ones to my west because
Okay.
I figure I might be able to take out.
Yeah, so
Another
yes,
off the
you
board at the same
could.
time.
You'd have to move around, but they can't get attacks of opportunity because you're invisible, so.
Okay, so 5, 10. Honestly, just right here, which should be fine, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, cool. So Ash is going to switch their blood blade into cleaver form.
Excellent. With a very satisfying metallic clank, this thing whips out into this now two-handed, handle, which was along the back of the blade. Whooshing, whips out into this two-handed handle with this massive serrated blade hung out on the end of it, and you swing it in a wide arc. Which one are you hitting? Which one are you shooting for as like the primary target?
Probably the one closest to me.
Okay. Well, I have great news, and that is that their armor class is exactly 14, so that does hit.
Awesome. Cool. So then we just rolled. I'm excited. This is my first time going to use this.
Okay.
So we got 11 on this one here,
Okay.
which means that we also did 11 to this one, right?
I believe so.
Or do
Let
I
me
have to
read exactly
re-roll it?
what I said. No, it says you may additionally deal the attack's damage, not including other bonuses, to another creature within 5 feet of the target. It says the attack's damage, not the weapon's damage. I'm going to say that you keep that damage roll. You deal 11 to both, plus the sneak attack on one of them.
Okay. Go ahead and roll that real quick. So we got. Whoa.
Oh my god!
I thought it was wrong for a minute.
The odds of hang on, I have to Google
Wow.
this.
See?
Holy shit.
Clip that.
6s. Oh my god.
Okay, that is you just hit an odds of about 0.08%. 1 out of 1,296. Which basically means that chances are none of us will ever see anyone roll 4 6s on 4d6s again for the rest of our lives.
Clip it.
Yeah.
No matter how
That was
long
my
we
thought.
play
We
this
need that.
game,
Yes.
there is
Please.
almost no chance we will ever fucking see that again.
Oh my god.
Holy
I want to
shit.
be Vincent when I grow up.
All right.
I'll
Well,
roll 20 when I
insane.
grow up because they're the ones that gave it to me.
Jesus.
oh my god.
That is insane.
So
On top of the first ever time getting used my cleaver form.
yeah, the stars align at this satisfying metallic shrink, and then you whip through, and the rest of you see. You don't even see the blade, right? I think Ash, you see it in this sort of like hazy kind of ethereal way, right? Because it's sort of like Frodo in the dark dimension thing. But you slash. You see one of these like the first wolf is almost killed instantly. Like you badly hack into its back, and you hear bones crunching, and it is like, limping along. And then the other one just fully decapitates the second wolf. And these wolves are like the size of grizzly bears. These things are massive. And you just see them getting hacked completely apart. Ash just... Whew. God
Oh
damn.
my god.
I've never in my life...
That's
okay.
insane.
All right. Anything else from Ash?
There's no way to top it. I think I'm gonna sit here the rest of the fight.
Ash is like, I did my part. Everybody else stepping up. Okay. With that, I am going to say after that incredibly damaging attack, this wolf is going to attempt to bite Ash. It has disadvantage because you are invisible. But I can't think of any other logical thing it could do after getting attacked in the ass like that other than to just like whip around and try and bite. Like that seems like dog behavior to me. So,
yeah, that tracks.
We are going to go for it.
I will say though that if for some reason I do have something I can do when it attacks me.
So it has disadvantage. That's a 10 to hit. I don't think that hits.
It very much does.
So
not.
it whips around to try to hit. This other wolf steps in. We have 2 attacks with advantage coming at Cass because of pack tactics. That's a 20 and a 22. Both hit. Cass, takes 10 and 11 for 21 points of damage. Brutal.
Cass does historically have a bad history with wolves, so
that's true.
This is kind of real bad.
Repeat here. Cass makes 2 strength saves. 1 success, 1 failure. Cass is now drugged to the ground and prone. Brutal. That's the end of the wolves. Esmeralda is back up. She's going to bop right in here. Make 1 attack on the wolf that Ash nearly knocked out of commission with the rapier and put it out of its misery. And then make her other 2 attacks on the wolf just north of Cass. So that's 1 more rapier and 1 hand axe. Oh, damn, she crit.
Ooh, critted.
That's a 13. And that
all
is
the 20s in chat right now? Come on.
And she actually gets an 8 on that second roll there. So that is 7 plus 8 is 15?
15.
Damn. No, it's not negative 135. Hang on. How many? Oh, God. What was it at before that? Somebody help me out. Anybody know? She did 13 to it. It wasn't quite at full. Something else had hit it a little bit. I think it had taken like 3 damage. Yeah, I think it had taken like 3 damage from spiritual weapon or something. It was like one of the.
We can roll back up and look, right? The last spiritual weapon was.
It was 6.
It was 6 force damage. Yep.
Okay, so we'll take another 3 off there. Okay, almost kills another one. This one's badly wounded. PETA.
Oof. Shoot. I don't want to use a spell slot, but okay. I'm gonna come up here and just attack this one to the east. Just sun sword with 2 hands.
All right, let her rip.
Let's do this. That is an 11.
11
which
does not
misses. And then I'm gonna go ahead and roll again. Try to attack again. And that misses as well. As a 9.
Yikes.
Oh, no.
This last
You
one
used all your
proving
good rolls
elusive.
on the encounter.
I know, yeah.
Brutal.
Shame.
Okay, anything else from PETA?
Bonus action, Bardic Inspiration to Cass.
Okay.
Do you have inspiration, Mega?
I do not have chat inspiration unless it was put in chat earlier, but I do not see it. No.
Okay. Well, you do now.
Okay, so
Thank you.
Cass takes up where Esmeralda left off and finishes off the one of those, and then turns to the one that PETA missed and makes another attack. 2-handing a longsword. 13 misses. Oh, Bardic Inspiration.
Yep, Bardic Inspiration.
What is it, a D8 now?
D8, yeah.
I mean, it'll get there no matter what.
It'll get
but-
there, yeah.
But that's an 8.
Hey.
Yo. There's the rolls. Okay, so that now hits for 14 slashing damage. That's a max roll too. Ayo. Hey, that Bardic
Dang.
Inspiration coming in clutch.
Hell yeah.
Okay, a solid strike. This thing is not looking great. That brings us to Wondrous.
Bring us home,
Okay,
Wondrous.
Wanderers can easily get the spiritual weapon over top of that thing and aims it at it first off.
Okay.
If I could get to the right place. Spiritual weapon. There we go. Did it go?
21.
Yes.
21 hits.
21 hits, let it rip.
For,
7 force
8.
damage.
no, 7. Yeah, 7
Okay.
force damage. Does
All
that
right.
get rid of it?
Not quite. Still up.
I can't really get to it with much because I'm far away. So I guess that Wanderous will Blessed Strike and Sacred Flame again.
Okay. Got a dex save from the creature. What do we
For
got?
some reason, every time I click this, everything disappears on me,
That's
Pixel.
super
So I'm
weird.
sorry I am
That's
so
okay.
slow. Sacred
It's
Flame.
6, so it fails the save.
Yeah.
So what do I do next?
You roll your Sacred Flame damage, and it should
I
automatically
thought
roll.
I did. Okay,
That
Sacred
didn't come
Flame. Let me
up.
go back to the beginning
Sorry.
page. Oh God, I just feel like I'm screwing up so bad here.
The website's being a turd is the main problem here, I think.
Okay, did I do
Yes,
anything?
that is 9 damage.
Okay.
Okay, it is still
And that
up.
includes the radiant.
Yes.
Okay.
It was 8 off the Sacred Flame and 1 off the extra Blessed Strikes.
Does that kill the little good dude?
Not quite. Ash. Up to you.
Well, I feel bad swooping in for the kill, but honestly, we got to, right?
Ash Wolfbane coming in hot.
I can step over these dead bodies, yes?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, if I can, that's cool.
No, it's it's fine.
5, 10.
Honestly, I think you acrobatically vault over them in a very cool way that nobody can see because you're invisible.
Yeah, there you go.
Nobody's seen all the cool stuff I did.
Hey guys, I'm doing flips. You can't see, but I want you to know that I'm doing them.
Okay, well, no reason to be in cleaver form, so we're gonna.
I feel like I have so much testosterone today, everybody.
We're gonna shrink it back down into the saw form
Okay.
as we're jumping over this last wolf. Come on,
That's your
baby!
bonus action.
28 to hit.
That's gonna hit. Roll up that damage.
Okay, we got 15 slashing, but you already know that we got to do our sneak attack as well.
17.
Oh my God, for
If that had
additional
been
17, I would have died.
I would have died. We would have killed
Heart attack.
Strahd if you rolled 4 more sixes.
Yeah.
End of the game right there. Okay, Ash. Tell me a story, baby.
You know, I'm just feeling it right now. So I feel like as we're running from the other side of all the corpses of wolves, when we get to the last one, we jump over. I grab one fistful of the wolf's hair and kind of like sling myself up into its back, and then grab my saw blade with both hands and come down extremely hard on just the back of its neck
Nice.
in a, serrating motion.
Yeah. And you slice into the wolf,
And ride her to the ground.
and it sinks to the ground and stops moving. And you guys solve my wolf puzzle.
Yay!
I like this puzzle. Very, very nice sort of puzzle.
Oh, goodness.
All right. So you slay these wolves. And now there you stand on the slopes of Mount Gacchus here in southern Barovia. What's next for our heroes? Moving on.
Oh, I think so.
How's everybody looking? How's everybody feeling? I think Cass is probably the one that's the most.
Yeah, I think Cass is going to drop some lay on hands
Yeah.
on herself to get through. Give me a second here.
Well,
Wonders, are you good? Are you
Wanderous
feeling
is
fun?
52
40
out of
points of lay on.
76, but I think he's thinking at this point that's pretty good. So He
Okay.
drinks a little water and he's ready to go.
Cash is going to empty all 40 points of lay on hands into herself.
40?
Yeah, well, she was at 37 out of 90, so
No, I didn't know
Oh.
that. I didn't know that she had 40 lay
it's
on
5
hands.
for every level. So at level 8, 40.
Holy shit.
So that brings you to 77 out of 90.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. Forward march. I feel like Ash just walk away from
Okay.
that battle with a little spring in their step, like.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
when Ash pops back in, Wanderer says, "So where were you?"
What do you mean? Listen, all I'm saying, Esmeralda, me and you, girl, that was amazing.
Esmeralda drops the greater invisibility and like kind of walks behind Ash and just gives you a smack on the ass and says like, "Bang up job, mate. Great fucking work."
That is teamwork. That felt great.
Okay. And I presume you are headed back on your way. I need somebody to please roll me actually, everybody please roll me a perception check this time. We're going to do our other thing in a second, but
Wanderous rolled a 24.
I rolled a 5.
Ash got 27.
okay. Everyone's perceptive. Okay, so let's see. Esmeralda and PETA are distracted by something. I don't know what exactly. Up to them.
It was Ash's peaches for sure.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah,
It
Ash is double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon. Cake, honestly, an entire cakewalk happening in those tights. And those leather pants are doing some work. And PETA and Esmeralda are have been hit with what is that? Some kind of charm effect, it seems. But the rest of you notice a swarm of bats flying towards the top of the mountain.
The mountain we just left?
Yas.
Oh, I think Wanderer stops and looks at that very concernedly and says, "What do you think that means?"
If I had to guess, I think it means that Strahd knows where we've been. And if we're lucky, he doesn't know what we were after, but that's probably what he's trying to find out.
I hope our new friend is all right. But he's very strong, isn't he? Stronger
don't
than
think-
Strahd?
Hard to say, but I do think that we don't have to worry about him. I think if anybody stands a chance of not being, murdered, it's probably our friend Chadrick.
We should move though. We should keep going. We don't want them to come after us. We are not as strong as he is, perhaps.
Absolutely. I do have chat inspiration.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
faster than
I
me
can do this
typing. I'm a very slow
manually.
typer.
That's all right. Bonus mom, you got chat inspiration?
Yeah, I've got it.
You got it. Okay, cool. All right.
And I feel like we probably beat feet.
Yeah,
far as
all of
possible.
that having been said, somebody roll me
No stuff, we are not.
a d20.
Okay, it's probably my turn, maybe.
Go for it.
I rolled a 5.
Okay. Okay, on a 5, you continue to make your way. Hang on, I gotta. You make your way back to the bridge where you saw that weird shadow and fought those big devil creatures. Do you guys stop there and do anything, or do you just continue onward? There
That's
were like
fine.
some
For
guard
the-
houses and stuff you didn't go in, but there's not necessarily any reason to do that. But it's up
Well,
to you, folks.
I did throw the rope down over this side before right? Didn't we have to use the rope? Is this that
Yes, you did.
Okay.
well? After the last person came up, they threw Wandress's rope down over on this side. So we should be able to get up and get out again if we leave the rope behind, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But we have to leave the rope behind. Wandress loses his rope.
Okay. Would somebody like to roll me a d20?
I guess that's
Whoever
me.
hasn't gone.
Yep.
That's a 16.
On a 16, you carry on. And you begin to make your way now down the lower slopes of the mountain as you cross the bridge. I'm going to need another d20.
And now it's my turn. I rolled a 4.
All right, on the 4. As before, you continue to make your way. Somebody hit me with that d20.
All
This
right,
is,
that's
as you
me.
recall, the longest trek you guys have had to make as you're coming down out of these mountains.
2 from Wondrous.
Did I do it?
You
I
did,
rolled.
yep.
I'm sorry, I rolled it twice.
The
That's
first
okay.
one was a 2.
The 2
if
was-
we're
The
counting.
We'll take
first
the
one
2.
was a 2.
Okay. Now let's see. How many of these have we done? Because it's like 1.5. It's like how I think it's every half hour I'm rolling these things, but let me double check.
Well, we all did one, and then two of us have done
Yeah,
a second
so-
one. So we've done it 5 times.
Okay, so it has been about 2.5 hours. And I'm gonna need the next one. As you come around the bend, you are now entering back down into the Svalich Woods. Okay.
The 6 this time for Ash.
Okay. All right. Next up.
Is me. I rolled an 18.
Yes. We love to see it
It's
coming.
coming.
Yeah.
All right, hit me with that D12 and that D8, Beta. See what you get this time.
All right. I rolled a 9 and 17, or 9 and 7, excuse me, for a total of 16.
Also, I don't know if you're letting that ride or not, but Buns just granted Esmeralda inspiration.
Oh, okay. You know what? Hey, if Buns wants to spend the points on Esmeralda, I'll let it happen. Somebody help remind me that exists.
I'll leave it in the queue. That way I'm reminded.
Okay. Also, Esmeralda gets half of her hit dice back. So she's back to tapped out. And I'm going to just say... Okay. I'm going to try to remember that that's there. She doesn't have like an inspiration thing on her sheet, so... Okay. With a 16, please roll me a d6.
Okay, let's see. D6. This is 3.
Okay. As you make your way down the road from the woods nearby, you hear a deep voice call out, "Who goes there?" Through the chill mist, you see a large man in drab clothing wearing a tattered gray cloak. He has shaggy black hair and thick mutton chops. He leans heavily on a spear and has a small bundle of animal pelts slung over his shoulder.
My name is Peter Walhorn. I'm traveling with my party of friends here to Kresk.
Strange way to be traveling, friend. Not many brave the mountain.
We're we're a bit braver than the usual adventure, I would say.
Ah, so it seems. You seem to have fine blades at hand.
Well, thank you. We try to at least maintain some semblance of I guess I guess we maintain priority for our adventuring and don't spend it on women or drink as often or bodies.
Sounds boring.
You know, at least we do dabble in some drinking now every now and again, but not often.
Sounds really boring. Well, cool, I guess. Have fun or whatever.
What's your name?
Wallace.
Well, what are you doing heading towards the mountain, Wallace?
He sort of like shifts the pelts on his arms, and you can see that he has like a bunch of like small game pelts sort of bundled into a bag. Hunting.
Fair enough. Well, I'll tell you, Wallace, that if you go quite a few miles back up towards where you would start to ascend Mount Gacchus, there are some wolf pelts the size of your average bear, just chilling up there.
Really?
Many. There were many.
Yeah, a bunch of them.
I would say around 6, give or take.
All the way past that that bridge house with the fire and shit.
With the fire and shit, this very one.
Yes, but there is a rope to get you up to the top of it, and then you can move the rope to the other side, and you will be able to get in there.
Well, I'll be. It's a mighty fine tip, friends.
We couldn't carry them, but we would be happy for you to have them.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I run into you again at the bar, I'll buy you a drink with the profits, eh?
That sounds excellent.
Come on, boys, we're going. And a couple of other figures come out of the trees, dressed similarly to him. There are about 3 of them, and they begin to make their way up the path behind you. And so you carry on. All right, I'm gonna need another roll from somebody.
I think this
Is it me now?
I think
Yeah,
it is.
I think it's you. Yeah.
3.
Okay. Oh, actually, you guys have had 2 encounters, so we stop rolling.
Oh,
So, you
gosh, I
guys.
think you really helped those gentlemen. They probably will be able to take care of their families this winter because of those pelts. I feel good about that. We've had such an interesting adventure here. We've made several new friends, haven't we?
We have. I mean, even the short time of me joining you all, it's quite a few friends so far.
It has been very good that you have joined us.
You know, agreed. This tale will definitely be one I will sing about for a while.
Say something good about Rick. Maybe you can find many interesting words to rhyme with Rick.
You know, I'm sure I could. Prick, dick. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe just don't sing that one in front of him.
I'll see. I'll probably actually go back to him and pick out a few things that he'd like in his song.
I like it. Hopefully, we get to the bottom of your mage tale as well. Hopefully, this healing him comes to fruition.
Agreed. I definitely would like that. So.
Okay, and you make your way once again to the edge of the village of Kretsk, where you recall you initially had met the... Hang on, I actually gotta... Oh, how do I grab it? Can I grab it from here? Yes. Okay, great. I hope. Yes, beautiful. All right. They've changed the interface on me, so I had to figure shit out. Okay, you make your way to Kretsk. You come up to the southern guard station. The guards see who it is and reluctantly open the gates for you, letting you inside. Where do you go? Do you just head straight up to the Abbey, or?
There's only 2 places to go in this place. One of them's the Abbey, and the other one is the I don't even remember the guy's name now.
Oh shoot. What was his name? Damn it.
Nikolai Bogdanovich, you mean?
Nikolai Bogdanovich, yeah.
And his wife, Vilivinkovna, and his kids, Vincentovich, Annika, Ivan, Dragan, and Milena?
How could I forget? The Donovinches.
How could
MTV's
you
next
remember
reality series.
Many moons have passed. Actually, for you guys, maybe a week has passed since you saw the
I was gonna say,
Bogdanoviches,
yeah.
but for us, it's been 3 months.
I was gonna say it's been a hot second.
I'm cool with the Abbey. We had to throw that in there. You know? I had to bring it up.
Listen, what if Nikolai finds out you've been in town and didn't go visit? Although you better not see him while you've got the dress. He might he might take it personal.
Wait. Did we just bring one dress? Tell me. We brought. You said
There's 3, I think.
I'm gonna go look at the notes. Let's
Go
see.
look at the
Amber
notes,
Temple.
I want to believe we brought them all so we could have a
The
choice.
treasury, the piles. Let's see.
I mean, I think that our corpse
It
bride
said
deserves
a trunk
choice, you know?
filled with 6 fine dresses and gowns. So I don't know how many you wanted to take, but there were 6.
Okay, who's going to be carrying them?
I mean, I could probably carry them because I don't really have much in my pack.
Okay, then you should roll the dice to see how many of them you got. Not
Okay,
that I would try to be the DM.
Yeah, roll. I guess we'll do 1d6 plus 1. So you have a minimum of
1d6
the
plus
1,
okay.
or I guess a minimum of 2.
Yep.
And if you get 7, then we'll ignore it.
K-Bear thinks the thing of dresses is
4,
Hey,
5.
not
Okay,
bad.
so you took
High
5 of 6 dresses. There was
Okay.
one that was just a little too moth-eaten by that point. There was mold on it. You just couldn't. There was no reason to take it. But the rest of them were actually in surprisingly good shape.
Well, our corpse bride has a choice. You love to see it.
Well,
Although I
and
don't
I know what we could do with the extra dresses.
Excellent. To the Abbey, then.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, you guys make your way up to ye old Abbey of St. Markovia. And make your way inside. As you approach, the extremely strange inhabitants just kind of wave you on in. And you make your way to the main gate, which opens for you. Actually, you guys are... Actually, I don't know. Okay, everybody is small on these maps. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, you make your way in. You still see the strange creature chained to the post over there, flapping around and screaming. The odd inhabitants here wave you over into the hallway with the abbot. And you see the abbot once again, who is now back in his sort of human form. And so he seems like just a pretty nondescript guy. Let me get to the right map here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so he's just a normal looking guy in his sort of brown monk robes with his symbol of the Morning Lord.
Hello. I see you have returned.
We have.
We have gathered some choices for the bride to be.
Wonderful. Vasilka, calm down.
And Vasilka, the flesh golem woman, sort of comes walking down the nearby stairs to stand next to the abbot and sort of looks at all of you expectantly.
I'll go ahead and approach the table, I guess. So I'll be like right here, and I guess I would lay a dress on like some of these chairs, like on like each one of these chairs. So
okay, yeah, you
probably
lay out the
starting from this top
gowns. And you see that the abbot sort of looks at them and looks at Vasilka, and the two of them sort of like speak and discuss for a few minutes, and then she picks out a white gown that has a bunch of fine like lace. It has these like massive sleeves that hang down and a big train. It's just a very fancy ass medieval wedding gown looking thing. And he sort of hands it to her, and she takes it up the stairs. And he turns back to you all.
Wonderful. All is going just as I had hoped. I think before long, we will have Strahd himself here, and they can be married, and this can all be over.
I like a plan that comes together. A couple of questions for you. I know that before we left on our quest to find the dresses, you had mentioned perhaps maybe being able to cure our friend the mage of his madness.
Yes. I can certainly do that. You will need to bring him here. I have to touch the subject.
Okay. And then just as an afterthought, just for my notes and record, is there a particular time you plan on calling on Strahd?
Well, now that all is ready, I suppose I shall have to send word, which I guess will reach him perhaps tomorrow or the next day, and then I'll have to wait for him to return word, and then arrangements will have to be made. I'm not sure how quickly those arrangements can be made. It depends, I suppose, on how eager he is to be wed and how lavish he wishes to be with the ceremony. I mean, it's certainly a momentous day for all of Barovia.
Yeah, totally.
So it may take weeks to arrange it all.
Okay.
Glorious, sir. Do you have a way to communicate with us as to how things are progressing. I can send you messages and ask you how things are going. I have that ability, and then you would be able to respond. But do you have the ability to contact us?
Unfortunately, I do not.
Would it be permissible for me to contact you occasionally as we follow on the rest of our journey to see how things are transpiring?
If you wish.
Thank you. That will be very helpful.
So we have a stone that we can contact the mage with, yes?
Yes.
Is that like a one-time use thing?
Like once a
No,
day,
it
I
is a
think.
sending stone. I believe, I hope I made a
I think
item
you
for this.
made a handout.
Yes, sending
Yep.
stones. What they say is they come in pairs. While you touch one, you can use an action to cast the sending spell. Once sending is cast through the stones, they can't be used again until the next dawn. So it would have to be once a day.
Should we maybe, Wondrous, send the mage a message asking him to come to Kresk and see what he says? I mean, I assume it's pretty late in the day anyway, and I assume that we at least have to stay tonight, right? Unless we want to go camping.
Are you suggesting we use the sending stone set that we were given?
Yeah, let's see if the mage would be willing to meet us here.
I'm certainly willing to try. Am I the one who has one of the sending stones in addition to the sending spell?
I think
Probably,
so.
yeah.
Okay. See, I don't know where my notes are. I'm sorry. I'm so unprepared tonight. Well, Wanderous is certainly happy to try that with the sending stone. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, then Ash would look at the bishop dude once more. Is there any way that we could convince you to wait one day before sending word to Strahd? As you can imagine, we're not exactly on speaking terms, and just on the off chance he is super excited for your proposition and rushes here, we would prefer to not be here whenever he gets here.
Make a persuasion check for me.
I probably shouldn't have been the one to do that, but listen,
Hey.
we're scheming, damn it. I'm trying.
Shoot, hold on. Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh,
No, I think that's fine. That's a 19 on the
19.
total.
19.
As you wish, I suppose that is a small boon to grant. This land has been steadfast for many hundreds of years now. What's one more night?
Thank you. We are going to try to contact our friend and see about getting him here so we can fix his madness. And the extra time is super appreciated.
Wonderful.
Cool. I think that that's our go-to, is to see if the mage is willing to meet us here.
Okay. Do you guys
And
head
luckily, since
out?
it's late in the day, oh, I'm sorry. So
go
luckily,
ahead.
since it's late in the day, if we need to send a return message, we just have to wait a few hours, right? We just wait until it dawns, and then we can actually send another one if we need to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I didn't count all the rest of it. Yeah, it's probably like mid-afternoon by now.
Oh, okay.
Because like every time you were rolling the dice was every half hour along the road, which is about every 1.5 miles at normal travel pace. But
Okay.
once you hit 2 encounters, I stopped rolling. So, yeah, but we'll say it's like mid-afternoon at this point. The sun is kind of beginning to set and head on towards evening.
Should we retire to Esmeralda's room for this? What do you want me
Esmeralda
to-
sort of like leans into Wanders and says, I'd prefer not to stay here if we can avoid it. These people are so fucking weird.
We can probably stay at the Donovich's, so I'll whisper.
See, I was just thinking of a private place to send the message. Does that matter, or would Wanderers just do it right there in the room?
I don't know
I mean,
if you want to
sending
do
you-
it right there in the room, but you could
Yeah.
do it like you'd be pretty private on the road up to the Abbey. Like the entire time you guys have been to Kresk, you've never seen anyone but you going up and down that road. So
Glorious sir, we do have an intention for the dresses that you don't need. We would like to take care of that, and we will send a message to our mage and try to get an answer to you as soon as we get one from the mage.
Certainly, whatever you wish. I don't have any need for them.
Then when Wanderers, if we step away and start to go, Wanderers is going to suggest that we give that generous family who hosted us the extra gowns, one for the mother to replace the one they burned, and then the others for any daughters of the house, or if they would like to have them to sell to anyone else in the village to return their hospitality.
Sounds good to me.
And then Wanderers would head that way if everyone was agreeable.
okay, very good.
We are trucking down the tracks right now. We are getting stuff done.
How long did it take us to get here from the mage? Because would it take the mage that long to get to us, or does he have ways of getting places?
I mean, he can fly and
Faster.
shit, so I think he has ways of getting places faster.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, is that I think it will not take nearly as long.
Okay.
See, the only issue that I have is we haven't really found anything of his, right? Because we haven't found his spell book. We haven't really done anything like that. And we don't know if the madness after it's cured will change his decision to help us.
That is true. And while we didn't find his spell book, Chadrick was, I think that assuming they end up friendly with one another,
Yeah.
I think the mage can go and get all the spells that he needs. Then we're just down the staff, right?
Yeah. I mean,
But I think we did
maybe.
get an indication from the mage that if we found the spell book or could repair the thing, he would help us.
mhm.
So I
yeah,
would
so
think
I think what you guys, just to sort of put some context here, the conditions that he had were the conditions that he had while he was under the madness effect. I don't know that you know how he will think in any way once that is cured. He may be much more reasonable. He may stick to wanting the same things, right? I don't think you have a good sense of because clearly he wasn't in his normal state when you were interacting with him. So I think it's hard for you guys to really kind of anticipate,
I feel like we also
I mean, it
had
certainly couldn't be any worse probably than than interacting with him while under the effect of the madness. So
I feel like that there was a small conversation about the relics too, though. And I think, I can't remember if it was with him or somebody else, though, that said that if we found all the things that they would consider helping us. Who was that? Was that the mage or was that somebody else?
It might have been Van Richten, but I think you talked to him about them too. I mean, yeah, I think he basically told you guys go look for the relics. I'll look for my spell book. If you happen to find it, great, but. And then I think also Van Richten told you to go look for so you have actually a couple of people who basically said, find these relics. That's important before you fight him. So, but that might change the calculus. It might not. It's hard to say.
Do you suggest that Peter, do you suggest that we wait before contacting the mage and redouble our efforts to find the spell book? Or I'm open to all the input. I don't.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm down to do whatever at this point, but I just wanted to like at least throw that out there as like a hey, just in case. Like,
Well, one of the things is to consider is that we do not want Strahd to find us with, we unprepared any more than we have to.
yeah.
We've only been given a day. So that's why Wanderous or Bonus Mom was questioning how quickly can the mage get here, because all of that, cure the mage and then get away. I don't think Wanderous has any understanding of what might happen when Strahd sees this creature that has been designated as his bride. But do the two of you all think that this is going to be as wonderful for Strahd as the guy in the Abbey? And, it just...
Honestly, I think that it's going to be, and this is in character as Ash, if we're having this conversation, I think that it's going to be a massive insult, and I have a bad feeling that all the people of this town will pay. But I don't know of a way for us to talk him out of doing that either. Especially not before we even try to get the Mad Mage fixed. If we insult him, he's not going to even try. We do have a backup plan, but I would like to keep that as a backup plan if we could, right? Because worst case scenario, or best case scenario, I guess, is that we get the angel guy to fix the Mad Mage. We're up a high level spell that we wouldn't have had access to anyway. And then worst case scenario, we go to the Mad Mage ourselves and we hope for the best and we try to cast it and it works, or it doesn't work. We're kind of like flipping a coin on that, right?
Another thing that will happen is if the Mad Mage becomes the mage, he would remember Onyx. Now, Wanderous, I don't think would say anything about that because he's not talking about what might have happened to Onyx. But that would be a consideration.
Well, and I think it also perhaps bears stating, Esmeralda pipes up, that he's much more likely to have an easier time finding his spellbook and staff if he's not magically crazy. So that, perhaps we don't have to find them. Perhaps he will if he's just not lost his marbles.
And again, if for some reason we scrap the finding of the spell book, at the very least, the Lich has agreed to let us copy we basically have full access to that treasure trove of whatever we want over there. So from my understanding anyway, he seems more than happy to share whatever we want or whatever,
Agreed.
I think that maybe the best first step, not to take the charge here, is see what the Mad Mage says. He might refuse. He might refuse to even come here.
Say anything.
Yeah. So maybe we cast sending, see what he says, and then if we make plans after the fact, I think.
All right. I'm willing to try. Now, when you use the sending stone, are you limited to the 25 words again?
I believe the description says you cast the sending spell. I will double check what the thing says. It says you can use an action to cast the sending spell. So yes.
Okay, I'm trying to type something in there because on this one, I'm going to want you all to be helpful. Was there a name of the abbey? Or is it
the
just
Abbey of Saint Markovia, I believe. And you had heard the people in Kretsk and Hoodoozy and What's It, the girl and her brother from Barovia.
And do we understand that the Abbey person here is an angel?
Yes, you did find out. You've seen their true form. They are a powerful angel known as a Deva, D-E-V-A. And you being, with like religion would be able to tell that is like one of the more powerful types of angels. Like the solar is like the most powerful angel, and then the planetar, and then the Deva, I think. So it's really more like a mid-level angel. Kind of.
I think real paranoid is basically. I don't think you did like some kind of crazy voice. It's just kind of like real.
Yeah.
Okay, I've
I think-
typed something. I'm putting it in chat. Let me see how many words.
Would Increx fit in between St. Marco via
No,
and
20 I think just gets you to clear thinking, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah. 20, did you say 20? It's 25, isn't it?
Let's see what the spell sending says. Maybe it is 25. I can't remember all these things. 25, that's correct, yes. So, okay,
so let's take out.
Yeah, 25
well, if
gets
we
you to,
say
then
the
you can
Abbey of
find
San
your...
Markovia in Kretsk, and the angel here can help you regain your clear thinking. That's 22. Please come now, or
Yeah.
come at dawn,
Or please come soon.
or can you come?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
I
can
think
you
the
come,
question, I think demanding would probably not get us there. I think asking would be the best way to go.
Okay, so I'm going to say, can you join us at Markovia
We're
in
up here
Kretsk?
drafting, like proofreading.
listen,
We're really getting
That's
there.
how sending works. You gotta fucking get that, you know, you gotta get that word
And
count.
I don't think I can.
Unlock.
I don't think I can do anything to that. No.
No, you can't edit it. You'd have to like
Okay. Honorable Mage, can you join us at Abbey of St. Markovia in Kretsk? The angel here can help you regain your clear thinking.
If that fits, it ships, is what I'm saying.
And I got to plug my computer in.
I like it.
Uh-oh.
Wanderous plugs in his computer.
Okay, that's what I heard. Honorable Mage, can you join us at Abbey of St. Markovia in Kretsk? The angel here can help you regain your thinking, or was it clear thinking?
It was
Clear
clear thinking, and I think
Okay.
there were enough words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay.
Yep.
I say send it, and
Wanderous gets out. Well, we leave the Abbey, right?
Yeah.
So that we're
Sure.
off of the grounds of the weird place, but we
Sure.
haven't gone to the town yet.
Yeah, you're like on the hillside because there's this big switchback kind of trail leading up the mountain.
So Wanderous finds a place, kind of close. We all gather to tree off the road, sort of close to the trees, and Wanderous gets out his sending stone and he uses it to cast sending.
Okay.
And he sends that message.
All right. Do me a favor and make a persuasion check.
and can't hate it. Feels pretty good.
Wanderous
Infinity.
rolled a 15.
Okay.
We know that our friend the mage is a little paranoid, and I think it is extremely likely he could see this as a trap and refuse. But
Mhm.
I feel like this is the best place to start. Just see what we can do.
Agreed.
Well, he would be aware that it was Wanderous. I think that's a part of the sending
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. I mean, he
they
would
know.
recognize your voice. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Wanderous sends that message. Do I need to read it again, or that's
No, I've got it
good?
written down.
Okay.
Here's hoping. While we're waiting on that, I guess we can also.
Do you think we should say something to our friend about this town may become a mite unsafe? You say you're afraid of what
Okay.
Strahd might too.
You do get a response back from the Mad Mage, who says,
not aware of any such creature in that place.
Yeah, I was using that word to hopefully make him think
Uh-oh.
that it was powerful. We just lost VP.
We did.
Rip.
Rep.
Oh no.
Okay. He's probably trying to get back in. We're going to take a quick break because I think we need to probably take one anyway. On that absolute cliffhanger of our Mad Mage, not exactly, not saying no, not saying yes, asking for more information. So that's where we stand. Hopefully we'll be back with you here in just a minute, folks. And we're back, I think. Hopefully I've got everyone in the right place. I think I do.
Okay, how about you repeat what the mage responded?
Stand by 1 second. There we go. I had to make a slight edit to the overlay there. Okay. Yes. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. Turns out that God himself didn't want us to finish this stream, but we said, yeah, we're doing it anyway. So, okay, so you sent a message to the Mad Mage who responded,
What angel? I am not aware of any such creature in that place.
So he didn't say yes, he didn't say no. He asked for more information. What would you guys like to do?
And the stone is done.
Yes, the stone is done until tomorrow.
Okay. Wandrous immediately goes into his preparation to cast another sending spell.
Okay.
And so he's got 25 words again. I'm just going to use my fingers.
Okay.
Wandrous immediately casts sending back at him and says, Honorable sir, because Wandrous is very polite. The abbot is actually a very honorable sir. The abbot is actually a very powerful angel who can help you regain clear thinking and find your lost items. Please help us.
Okay. That's what I got down. Okay.
All the words used right there. Love it.
Yeah. Got it on lock.
This is what texting is in D&D, folks.
Basically, we're D&D texting. We're texting.
This process is the beginning of bonus mom I was birthed into existence because of sending.
Only I can remember what this guy's actual name is. So I can remember where to find him on the list of named NPCs.
I don't even know if I know it.
No, you don't know it. I don't think any of you do. There
Onyx was probably the only one that actually did, I guess.
I
got one more sending spell.
I gotta know what spells he has.
If he has sending.
No, I'm sure he does. He doesn't actually have to cast it back, but
a person doesn't have sending to have to respond.
Exactly. He gets to respond for free. Although I think he has spent sending as well. If he wants it, maybe.
Interesting.
No, he doesn't. Okay. Okay, but I have to know like what he has at his disposal to get where you are, basically.
Yeah. That is fair.
Okay. Okay. Hang on, everyone. We got to do some math. Who's excited for D&D math? Raise your hands.
I am.
Yay. Okay, we got to do some math. From where this guy is to where you are. As the crow flies, how far is that? That is about 6 miles away. Now, if he can fly for a total of 30 minutes at twice the speed you normally walk, can he make it there? Can he make it 6 miles in 30 minutes? Okay, so you guys can make it, I think, 1.5 miles in 30 minutes on the road.
Yeah.
Yes, so he can make it 3 miles. He can get like halfway there. Well, he has higher level spells too. You'd have to burn a lot of slots.
Oh, yeah.
You can target one additional creature. However, he does have polymorph. He might be able to turn himself into a creature with a fly speed.
Oh, yeah.
Steph wants to know if it's Euclidean or non-Euclidean math that you're doing there, Pixel.
I don't even know what that means.
It means, are we calculating the height and distance along the hypotenuse, or are we just calculating the the straight line? And I don't think he has to go high enough that the height factors in all that much. Okay. Listen, we're doing the math, guys. What creatures does he have access to that can fly? The answer is any of them.
Math, for your information, while we are having this slight break, is the kind of mathematics that is used to determine the course that a ship would take across the ocean based on stars and the horizon. Sort of, kind of. Stuff says, thank you for humoring my question. We are nothing if not humoring.
I'm glad that they are, because honestly, you just hurt my brain. So I would have loved to answer your question, but I was completely lost.
I just read a very interesting series of books that take place during the Napoleonic Wars, the war with Napoleon between Great Britain and that.
Oh, this is great.
Euclid was a part of it.
This is great. Okay.
I love it. I don't know what it is, but I love it.
Well, you know what? They probably used it to plow that plane to make the directions of those planes you were in.
Facts.
Like, how do you figure out when you're going when you're not just walking across the road?
Okay. Let's see.
He texts back, be there in 20.
That's not the thing I need.
Ash texts back, swing by the taco place on your way in.
There you go. And I don't know if any of you in stream noticed Pixel munching on something earlier, but I think it was a chocolate chip cookie.
Oh my God.
And I believe it was a chocolate chip cookie that his mother made him because he's getting them as a present for his birthday that I won't be here for. That is coming up in just a few days.
Woo!
So y'all need to wish Pixel some happy birthdays and watch him while he's streaming and send him some love, love, love on or around the 14th of November.
Okay, you get a response. Very well, I will make my way to you post-haste. Where can we meet? It will take me approximately 1 hour to reach you.
Now, is he responding to my spell?
He is responding to your spell.
One more of these folks, and then I'm out.
Because he probably won't be let in to the city, right? Because we weren't at first.
I mean, unless he flies directly to us, I guess.
I mean, yeah, unless he flies directly to us, we shouldn't have any issues. But
no, really.
If he can be there in an hour, he's flying up. He's the gate's not going to stop him. He's either going to be in the air or he's going to miraculously appear. But the city gates could be a problem. My vote is the court at the yard at the Abbey.
I mean, do we even want to bother going into town, or do we just wait here for him? on the slopes.
I mean, we could take a short rest while waiting for him.
That'd be great for Wanderers who is down 20 some points on hell.
I mean, also would be good for Cass as well. Get her up to full.
Yeah, I say we just wait here.
Great.
Okay. So outside the door of the Abbey, what if anything should happen that Strahd got wind of this and decided to follow him? Wouldn't you rather be closer to the angel if something started to happen?
So, I mean, do you want to be closer to the Abbey then? You just so meet us right out the gates then, you think?
I think that Wanderers would want to be closer to the abbot. The Abbey or the abbot outside the gate or in the courtyard, a little bit closer, not in the town, closer to. That's Wanderers' vote, but
Yeah. I mean,
what does he know?
I'm good with that. So.
Okay, yeah. I say we wait in the courtyard then if we're thinking that, because obviously we don't want to wait inside.
Well, and that the way there's no barriers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the two guys out there can't cut up ugly, whatever. Okay, the courtyard. So Wanderers revs up his last level 3 spell and does cast his last. And shoot, you all know what I'm trying to say. And he says, "Meet us in the courtyard of the Abbey. We will be watching for you. Take care and thank you."
I like it.
Okay. The response that you hear is very confusing. You hear Magicum transformationis voco ancaveam carnis in noam formam mutare. And then you stop hearing anything.
I believe he is on his way. And Wanderers would head back for the courtyard.
Okay.
Excellent.
We should probably mention to the angel that he's coming and then wait in the courtyard. The
Okay.
mage will be with us shortly.
Yeah. You wait in the courtyard. The abbot sort of stands in the courtyard with you, just sort of waiting.
Okay.
And about an hour later, a giant eagle comes soaring in and just sort of circles down and lands in the courtyard. And then like this puff of like swirling smoke, and you find yourself face to face with the mad mage you had seen previously. And you all find yourselves in the courtyard. The mad mage sort of squints and looks at the abbot, kind of like sniffs a little bit, which is ironic because the mad mage is filthy and smells horrible. Because he's been living in the woods for a year.
Yeah.
But he does sort of look over to you, I guess, awaiting some sort of introduction or something, perhaps.
Honorable sir, amazing wizard, may I present to you the abbot of St. Markovia, a glorious sir who has helped us mightily already and will now hopefully help you regain your clear thinking. We deeply appreciate you coming here.
He looks over at the abbot and says, that's a fine glamour there. But you've got to wake up a little earlier in the morning than that to get one past me. That's right. And the abbot says,
You smell like shit. But these people have helped me, so I presume I am to heal you of your affliction.
Fingers crossed, everybody.
that's not right. Hang on. I hit the wrong button. Okay, there we go. And he walks up and sort of like places his hand on the Mad Mage's head, and this sort of like flash of light goes off. And he lowers his hand, and you see the Mad Mage kind of blink and look around. And you can kind of see the like wild look in his eyes is gone. And he looks confused a little bit, but no longer has that like, sort of that crazy feral look to him. And he says, Mr. Fuck. Oh. Tastes like pennies.
What's a penny?
He says, you need a 11th level plane shift to get there. Okay, well, thanks for that.
How you feeling?
Oh, like kind of cracks his neck and his back. Like I've been traipsing through the woods for a year and a half.
Sounds familiar.
I do think you've let your personal hygiene go a bit.
Yeah, that'll happen. Magically induced madness is not entirely compatible with the highest standards of personal grooming. So, all right, well, thanks, Mr.
Oh, wait,
Abbott, man.
please. For a moment, please wait. Do you remember any at all about who we are and why we did this for you, and that we know you a bit?
Yep.
Maybe we should continue this discussion somewhere else.
Yes, I would hate to impose on the fine Abbott's hospitality any longer than we absolutely have to.
I was just afraid you were going to fly away.
That is an entirely reasonable fear, but no.
Okay, I
Shall
think
we?
Ash would turn. Oh yes, thank you again, Abbott. And not to insinuate that you would forget, but if you wouldn't mind, again, just waiting one more day before you contact Strahd.
Yeah, and listen, don't take this the wrong way, Mr. Abbott, but could you please stop turning the people here into weird shit? I know they ask you to do it, but as one sort of magical practitioner to another, it's weird and you gotta stop that, man. Okay, thanks.
Oh boy.
And the Abbott
I'm
sort of
screaming.
cocks his head, but doesn't say anything. Okay.
Time to go.
Where to now?
Well, there isn't a tavern or anything in town. We do have one household that is friendly. Perhaps we should step away from the Abbey and figure out where to go next.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I guess we just at least get back on the road before we do anything else.
Well, I would think it's heading for evening now, so we need to be very
Yes,
careful
so yeah, it was
what we
like
decide to do
late
next.
afternoon when he started heading your way, so it's probably evening now, about dinner time.
Well, we're going to leave the Abbey, right? Does anybody try to stop anybody, or we graciously say goodbye to our angel friend and skedaddle the Abbey?
Okay, sorry, what was that?
Nobody
We
tries to
leave the
stop us,
Abbey.
right?
No, nobody tried to stop you.
Okay. So we leave the Abbey.
All right, where are you headed?
Well, we still have these dresses. Do we want to drop them off at this house? At this point, the mage almost knows more about Morovia now and Morovia and what to expect than we do. I think that Wanderer's inclination would be that leaving this town at night is dangerous. That whole thing about being out at night is dangerous. Unless the wizard knows some way that he could do something that would keep us safe, Wanderers would be leery about leaving town.
Okay, so what do you say anything out loud to that effect, or what do you?
Well, because we haven't played in a month, the thing that we dug under the pavilion thing, where was that? Was that here or
That was
someplace
here,
else?
yeah.
Yeah, that was here.
The
It
pavilion
was a
is
sun
in
sword.
this like pool up here where the S4 is on the map.
Okay, then Wanderers says we need to decide what we can do to be safe. Let's go to that pavilion, knowing that we have Liamon's tiny hut, right? So
Yeah.
Mhm.
there
Well,
is
you
that.
would remember that like you guys kind of had to like destroy the pavilion to get the sword a little bit. Or you didn't destroy it that much. You like, but like
No, it
the
was
wood in
only
it
like
was
a-
in pretty bad shape. But you also
Yeah.
kind of got the sense that like the villagers like revere that thing. Like,
Yeah.
so
So
I don't
maybe
know.
we don't want to get.
Yeah, you might have to convince some people to let you like camp out on it.
So here's my thing too: is like we should definitely give these dresses to the Donoviches, but I'm a little bit worried about imposing on them for a couple of reasons. First off, don't want to be rude, but the main reason would be we're kind of Barovia's most wanted right now, and I'm really afraid the Strahd's going to roll up into town, and I would hate for them to get caught in that crossfire. They already live a dangerous existence living here.
I know it's been a couple
mean-
of days, but did you guys forget that I have like a magical extra dimensional mansion?
Yeah, that would be great. Would love that.
Just conjure that son of a bitch right up. Just tell me where to put the door.
We should definitely deliver these dresses, and then maybe we retire to the mansion to discuss our next
Mhm.
steps. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
That would be wonderful. We hate so to impose, but so appreciate your help,
Well,
wizardly sir.
I appreciate your help in ridding me of that terrible madness. So, it's the least I can do.
So
All
are you
right.
saying he already put that mansion up? or
No,
just-
he said just tell me where to put the door. If you remember, he conjures like a magical door that just sits there, and you open the door and walk into like a mansion. It's Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion. It's the same spell that what's his face? Scanlan casts in like Critical Role season 1.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Well, why Wanderers was thinking about the pavilion was it was kind of in a clear area where probably there wasn't anybody's house right there,
Yeah.
so it would be a tad isolated. So that was his thinking.
yeah, but there's a
And he
lot of
was thinking-
isolated places here. Or you could go back out on the road anywhere and just open it, and
Okay.
Let's deliver the dresses first, and then we'll
okay,
spawn a door in, and we'll be good to go. Right?
all right.
Okay. DM Wanderers is just really tortured about something
Mhm.
and needs to make a decision about whether or not to tell the wizard what has happened to Onyx. That's like right here on Wanderers' lips.
Okay.
So, but he's just not sure whether he ought to or not. So, how could he resolve that to himself while they're in the course of delivering the dresses?
I guess explain to me in what way is he torn? Obviously between saying something and not saying something, but like, is it intellectually torn? Is he like intuitively torn? Like what's the conflict? What's going on there?
Well, Wanderers got to know Onyx well enough to know how much that Onyx revered and cared for the wizard. And his expectation would be, just based on that the wizard also cared for Onyx. So he doesn't know whether it would adversely affect any of the wizard's plans of the moment to know that there is severe danger of something having happened to Onyx, or if he feels like, even though he knows this or suspects this, he should wait until we're closer to the moment of confrontation to give that piece of information, that it is possible that Onyx is lost or has in some way been made unavailable to respond. It's that, do I tell him or not?
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to be rushing off? Is he, just a real insecure thing about what the wizard's reaction might be.
Okay. So I think that's an insight check.
Okay.
To see if you can get a sense of the, like, because you don't know this guy very well. He's acting a lot different now that he's like, back to himself. He is still filthy and covered in he sort of prestidigitates himself and cleans up a little bit, but his clothes are torn, in more ways than he can mend and stuff like that. But you do see he's very clear-eyed. He's a little bit arrogant, but extremely confident. So you're trying to read this guy. Give me an insight check.
Okay, and one thing I just want to throw in there in case it would in any way affect it is the first thing Wandrous asked him is, do you remember us? And a part of that would be that Onyx was there in Wandrous's thinking.
Okay, yeah.
So insight check.
16.
Okay,
yeah, I think on a 16, you feel like he does remember. All of it may be a bit hazy, because he's like getting all of his previous memories back, and they're sort of like weaving in with the stuff that happened while he was like kind of crazy. But you think that he probably does remember all of that stuff, but you're not sure that it has occurred to him like that, he would remember it, but he hasn't thought about it yet. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Like, you get the sense he will remember the events, but he hasn't taken the time to examine those memories because he's like focused on other things right at this moment.
I like that. And when all that occurs to Wandrous, honestly, I think his reaction is to wait until the man asks about Onyx, and then his reaction to that, Wandrous's reaction to that is to tell him privately.
Okay.
So he's waiting. Sorry, guys.
Gotcha.
I didn't know whether he was pulling him aside while
that's okay.
you all were delivering
as
dresses.
you guys are walking down the pathway, he looks at your little group. He looks at Esmeralda. He looks at PETA and says, who are you now? I recognize a few of you, but there's some new faces here.
Oh, hello. My name is PETA Walhorn. I'm a bard. I was actually, I don't know if I'm actually meant to speak with you about my my song.
Meant to? I
mean,
a curious thing to say.
I mean, the fates work in mysterious ways, so.
Listen, fate's a bitch, I guess. Okay, well, great. Sorry. And he sort of leaves that conversation there as you guys head down the mountain, unless anyone says anything else to him.
What about Esmeralda? Does she say anything?
She introduces herself. I don't want to have to play both of them, but she introduces herself and introduces herself as like Rictavio's protege, and he doesn't necessarily seem to recognize that name, but just sort of like nods. And you guys make your way down the mountain, and you're headed for Mr. Bogdanovich's house.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken.
Think so.
The one and only.
Okay. Well, you
did
go
take
ahead.
that short rest, right? Excuse me.
Yes, yeah. Go ahead and take any short rest you would like. Yeah. So you make your way towards Mr. Bogdanovich's humble abode with this even larger group of folks. And he is out in the yard. He has like pigs and chickens and everything, but he is standing. He's wearing like a fur kind of like coat over, but it's like open chested, and he's like sweating. And he's like his pretty thick like chest hair all the way down, and he is like swinging an axe overhead and chopping lumber, and sort of like huffing and puffing and kind of like wiping the sweat from his brow as it drips down around into his like beard. And he looks up and sees who is in the front of the party.
I don't want to just like shove you up there, Bub. This is your best friend. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, hello, long time no see.
Peter! Welcome. I did not think I would see you so soon.
Yes. No, we had to go run an errand real quick, but no, thank you for saying hello.
He walks right up to you. He kind of like puts his hand on the back of your neck and like puts his head like right up next to yours and says, "It's good to see you, brother." And then he just gives you a big bear hug, and he's just sweat all over the front of your barred clothes. He just like claps you on the back repeatedly. Vila Vikovna! I tell you, Peter and his friends are back.
While he's turned away, I'm just gonna quickly use prestidigitation to clean off all the sweat.
You, out of the corner of your eye, you see the Mad Mage sort of nod approvingly. Welcome. Well, what brings you back here so soon?
We actually have some stuff to give to you, or more specifically to your family in general.
Truly, we are blessed. I tell you, the day that you darkened my door, 5th best day of my life. Following, of course, my wedding to my beautiful wife and the birth of my 4 children.
Of course.
So I suppose 6th best day of my life.
Wonderful. I greatly am humbled by that. I actually would like to drop off some dresses to you and your family.
I'm sorry, what? Say that again?
I have some dresses for you and your family. If you wish to take them.
I cannot imagine that I would be capable of turning down any gift that you might want to give. Please let me see them.
I actually have 4 of them here, but and I'll start pulling them out of my bag. These are the 4 that I have to provide to you and your family.
And he sees the dresses, and they are, incredible dresses. There's this like emerald green gown with like, this sort of like puffy shoulders and sleeves. It has these like, down around the bottom, it has these like ribbons that kind of, and they're sort of like bound to it with these like intricate little, lace flowers that have been sort of embroidered on there. There is another that is like blue, and just there's this like white kind of lace with like pearls on it, and it is embroidered all over the thing. There's like this sort of like gold and black like stuff on the front. There is one that is like One that is like red and has all this like gold thread in it. They're just like 4 just incredibly well crafted dresses. These are like royal ass dresses, basically. Like you looted these out of like a place that had, you know, just like the wealthiest of the wealthy would have, you know, had these things.
So real quick, so I also have minor illusion. So would I be able to
Wait for it.
would I, because I seen his children, right?
Yeah, you guys met the family when you stayed at stayed at his place that one night. When he killed his most medium hog for you.
Most medium.
Yes, most medium hog, yes. Okay, so it says that it must be no larger than a 5-foot cube.
Okay.
So could I do kind of like illusions of like each of his daughters like in the dresses?
Yeah, sure. If you want. He has 2 daughters and a wife.
Okay, 2 daughters and wife. Okay, so I'll just do like just the $2 and then just do like the 4 dresses, like 2 on each.
Sure. He stands and he looks, and like a moment passes, and then he just begins to weep. Tears rolling down, and he says, Vilvinkovna, Annika, Milena, come quick. We are blessed this day. Our best friend Peter has brought a kingly gift for us.
Queenly. That would be queenly.
He says, look, my daughters and my beautiful wife. And they look at the dresses, and he stands there like sweaty, tears rolling into his beard, axe in hand, chest hair bristling out, long fur like coat, you know, covering his arms. And his wife and daughters come out. You know, they are lovely looking ladies, dressed in like simple peasant garb, really. And they are extremely excited. And the youngest one, Milena, is very young. She's probably like 9. And so she comes and looks at the dress and sort of like tentatively kind of like touches the fabric and looks up at her dad like, is this okay? Can I do this? And he looks at PETA.
I was like, yeah, I'll nod to the dad.
Yeah, you nod to him. He nods to her. She gets this big old grin on her face and reaches out and touches the fabric. And you just see her eyes light up. She's never touched so fine a fabric in her life. He says, truly, I do not know what we have done to deserve such a royal gift.
Honestly, my friend, it's been wonderful to get to know you and your family. So
I tell you the truth. Not even Strahd von Zarovich himself, when he was laid to rest, was dressed in such finery. Curses on his name.
That's right. Stick it to the man, buddy.
Truly. The 7th best day of my life.
He says,
Vilvinkovna, I'm sure you remember, of course, the beautiful dress that adorned you on the day of our wedding, which unfortunately
yes.
we were forced to burn for warmth many moons ago.
Yes, and of course, your wife is welcome to any of these as well.
He says, Annika and Milena, it has been weighing heavily on me, the shame these years that I would not be able to adorn you in the finery worthy of you. But now, thanks to this man, your papa's dream will come true. And they like rush over and hug their dad. And he just sort of like gives them a big hug. He sort of like drops the axe on the ground. He like picks the youngest one up sort of on his like arm.
His sweaty, wet, sticky
Sweaty,
arm.
yeah, absolutely. She doesn't seem to care. And he says, I do not know how I could ever repay you for this. I can't imagine. There's nothing I think I could ever do.
If there is anything, I will come back and let you know. But as of right now, just go and be happy with your family. I have stuff I must do, but
Many long
Wanders
years I have
leans forward.
Many long years I have wondered if truly the Morning Lord has abandoned us. And then, like a mustachioed ray of hope, all of you have stepped into our lives.
Wanderous leans forward a bit and he says, "Dear friend of Peter, there is this that you can do. The battle against he who you just named has not been won, but it may start soon. We would ask you in repayment to keep your family safe and close, perhaps even inside where Strahd could not enter. We want you to be safe. The days to come may have dark edges, but then it will be better."
You come to me, tell me of darkness on the brightest day Barovia has seen in many years.
Only because we want you and your family to be always safe.
You are not from here, my friend. In Barovia is always dark. We are always ready. But not today.
Little moments that are real beautiful in this campaign. Oh my god.
Let me see. Is there anything
It
I
had to
can-
be said, buddy. I'm sorry. It had to be said.
Um. I was gonna see if I could possibly give something of note, but I'll go ahead and I'll take out one of my daggers because I don't really use them. I'm like, listen, I know this isn't much, and I know you have better weapons, and I'll gesture to his axe here, but if you do need something else to protect you and your family during these times, please have this.
Yeah, he sort of takes it and he like pulls back he pulls back his cloak, his fur coat thing, and reveals that there are like 4 like heavy hunting knives. Like first, there's like a skinning knife and a stabbing knife and a cutting knife and a woodworking knife. He's decked out, but he does sort of gesture to his oldest son who comes over. He had been like stacking up hay in the barn, little nearby like shed thing. He comes over, wipes his head off. He's probably like 19 or so. Spitting image of his dad, basically. And his dad sort of takes the dagger from you and hands it to his son. and says, Vincentovich, my boy, bear this with pride. It comes from the greatest friend our family has ever known. And Vincentovich sort of looks between the two of you and just sort of like nods. He senses like the seriousness of the moment, and he nods and like puts it in his belt, which you see is actually like the first big knife that is going in his belt.
Oh.
And yeah, he sort of gestures to his wife and the rest of his family, like his wife and daughters, and he sort of has them take the dresses inside because he's of course filthy. And they take them in the house. He just sort of like takes your hand and just like shakes it with both. There's that like shakes your hand in both hands thing, He doesn't say anything because words fail him. Tears sort of dribbling down into his beard, and he just nods at you. And I think with that, you all make your way out of town a little ways, find a likely stretch of woods. Mordenkainen sort of cracks his hands. The Mad Mage cracks his hands and casts Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion, opens the door and leads you in, and you enter the familiar entryway of that big mansion from before. And that, I think, is where we're going to call our session today.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, sorry, it looks like we ran over a little bit, folks. But thank you all so much for hanging out. As always, we are going to do our usual sound-off thing here at the end. But in the meantime, if folks will help us find somebody to raid, that would be great. But if you will also, friend, remind us who you are, where you can be found on the internet, who you played tonight, and your favorite flavor of ice cream, starting with Vincent Page.
Well, before we get into all that, I just want to say that one of my favorite parts of this campaign so far is all the just glorious NPC interactions we've had. There's been like ones that have interacted with us as a group, which has been great, but then we like each have a set of NPCs that we've personally attached our characters to, and it's just made the whole thing amazing.
That is funny.
So good.
I was just thinking about Yeska today. I forget what I was doing, but I was just thinking about Yeska.
Yeah. We're not here for ourselves anymore, friends. We're here for the Yeskas, the Von Donoviches,
the Chadwicks.
Weird guy that,
Oh, man.
Anyway, I have been Vincent Page. I have been your changeling rogue, Ash Fireforge. You can find me here on Twitch and Facebook and YouTube. Actually, if you just search Vincent Page, I'm streaming on all three now, which has been really, really great. I think we're gonna finally beat Twilight Princess this next week. Fingers crossed. If I don't, get distracted. Also, I don't friggin' know. Chocolate chip ice cream, probably.
All right, fair enough.
I like ice cream, man. I don't know.
Omega.
Hey y'all. My name is Omega. You can find me here every other Friday up until we finish this thing. TikTok, I guess, right now is a little kind of put on pause, mostly because I've been focusing on my relationship recently. So been working on that, but it's also just with all this stuff that's been happening the past like 5 months in my life, well, 6 months now, with moving, changing jobs, all of that. It's been kind of a process. So not as active on TikTok, just Omega MT42 if you do want to check it out, though. But yeah. And
shout out to Omega for making these D&D sessions happen with a full friggin' plate.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you. Yeah. And cookies and cream is my favorite ice cream flavor. So
Can't go wrong.
Nice. Somebody will have to tell Nick that he missed the return of Slavic Wife Guy. Slavic Wife Guy Redux. Bonus Mom.
I am Bonus Mom. I have been Wanderous, the nature domain cleric who has made a lot of friends during the course of Curse of Strahd. And I've loved it. I've absolutely loved it. It's great. And just watching my son bring these characters to life is a joy for me. And happy birthday, Pixel. I am sorry that we will not be together on the day of his birthday. I always like to sit him down and share the 4-hour birth story with him. But perhaps I can do a YouTube video about that for people.
I thought it was way longer than that.
Well, the 4 hours were the
4-hour version. Telling the story takes the 4 hours.
Yeah, there you go.
Of the I get it.
Of the
All right, ice cream.
I am leaving town tomorrow for a trip, and unfortunately will not be on the grid maybe until shortly before Thanksgiving. But normally I do TikTok live streams Monday through Friday from about 9 in the morning to 11 something, and Bonus Dad joins me. Reads poetry and sings, and we have a rollicking good time. So TikTok, Bonus Mom 70, you can find me there. I invite all of you, if you have not already joined, to come and find us. The links get shared on here very frequently. Come join Bonus Mom's Tavern and the Geek Fleet both. We're a twosome. We go together great. So thank you so much for being here. My favorite ice cream at the moment is chocolate raspberry truffle, but that can change without notice.
Never heard of that ice cream. Time
Oh,
of
God,
steam.
it's so good.
That sounds real good.
Well, hello, everybody. I am Pixel. I have been your Chadwick Witch Stitch, the Lich of Mount Gacchus. I have been your Abbot of St. Markovia, your Mad Mage of Mount Baratok, and I have been Nikolai Bogdanovich and co. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Somebody did ask the question, and I am going to answer it. If this is like in the text, or if this is pure Pixel acting, Ham Hamwich, most of it is me. The Nikolai Bogdanovich 100% not in the text. The Abbot is in the text, but like most of those NPCs that are in the text, I sort of choose how to characterize them. And sometimes I play into type like Strahd kind of. Other times I play against type like Chadwick Witch Stitch. It just, like whatever comes to me. But yeah, that's, and the little thing I want to say about that for folks, like if you're watching this on YouTube after the fact and you've made it this far in, first of all, thanks so much and congratulations. But, a lot of people think that it's like, how do I say this? Like morally better as a person to like do homebrew stuff. And I kind of was that way when I first started. But I will say, like, once you get the kind of skills to do this kind of thing, you can take these pre-made adventures and really do fun stuff with them and change them up and things like that. So I would say, don't shy fully away from doing them. You don't have to just read the stuff off the page. You really can make the page come to life, depending on how you make choices about how you express the stuff and perform the characters. So, and that's one of the things I hope to do a little bit with this channel, is to show people who are coming to these different pre-made adventures that we run sometimes, and maybe looking for how do other people's run this. I hope that I can make an example of like how a DM can take these things and really hopefully make them shine. So I appreciate all the positive feedback from all of you all. Hopefully that means I'm doing it right. That having been said, you can find me here at Ages of Einor. I DM this game. We just finished up our other campaign, and I have a new one coming out, but we do have a new one that just started last week. It is the Beast Wilds, The Way Forward. Episode 1 should be on YouTube, I think, tomorrow. And it'll be on every other Monday, sort of off our normal schedule, but please do come hang out for that. It's extremely cool, and I get to be a player instead of just a DM. Also, you can find me on twitch.tv/Ages of Einor, where I do games. Been playing Stardew Valley. We're going to get back into Baldur's Gate. And my favorite flavor of ice cream is Superman ice cream, but they don't make it anymore. So I will never have it again. And, that is the tragedy of my life. So
Do we have to end on the same
we do
note?
every time. Listen, I can't let you go out on Nikolai Bogdanovich's most beautiful moment with his wonderful family. We really got to cut the knees out from under you right at the end. Thank you guys for hanging out. Does anyone have anyone we can go raid? You were also so riveted by my long explanation of the philosophy of how I do this that everyone forgot to go look for someone.
It looks like there is a the channel. They're on episode 2, and
Okay.
they are looks like the Well of Truth episode 2.
Okay.
It's like Carmilla the Quests. It looks like I'll put
Okay.
their name in the chat.
Okay, no, I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Very cool. So we are going to go raid those folks. Everybody, thank you all so much for hanging out. I do have a second raid message as well. And we will catch you next time. I will say this in advance. The holidays are always kind of crazy. I think we'll be live next time. I think that'll be Black Friday. But keep an eye out on the Ages of Einor Bonus Ones Tavern Discord for those announcements. And we will see you then. Go have fun with Carmilla Quest and Betwixt the Will of Truth, Episode 2. Peace out!